Welcome, racers. How is it going, everyone? Welcome back. We are at Sebring this week. I'm so excited that we're at Sebring. I love this place. Um, driven it. I think Garrett and I have more track days here than literally anywhere else we've ever been. And I've been here months of my life, engineering, working on cars for many, 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 many. And it's only 2 hours from here, so it's our closest track. It's in our backyard, so we have home field advantage here tonight. I know this place like the back of my hand. Well, I know the real version, and the iRacing version is about 10 years out of date, so it's a little hard to adjust backwards. But welcome back, everyone. My name is Greg De Giorgis. I'm your founder and CEO here at the Chicane Club, South Florida's elite sim racing social club. So, coming to you from one of our pair of CXC Motion Pro 2 sims, fully loaded, all kitted out with the sawbelt stuff, triple 77-inch screens running 120 frames. Outside of what we're doing here tonight on the live stream, we have these linked together to do local sessions. We do a lot of members-only events, weekdays, weekends, F1 watch parties. We do a lot of one-on-one private training with a lot of drivers who race in real life. We had a fully stacked day today doing a lot of stuff with a bunch of different GT4 cars. But yeah, we're back. Yeah, we're running Sebring in the dark, which I love because I know this place. You could blindfold me and I can get around here, so the darkness does not negatively affect me at all. I'm thinking it's going to play into our hand a little bit. And I don't know if we're going to be able to beat the aliens. I don't know if I'm ever going to be in the hang with anyone above a 4,000. But I'm feeling pretty strong against the guys who are in the high ones and low twos tonight. So feeling good about this one. But how's everyone behind me doing tonight? You guys doing good back there? I know we got Garrett, Angelo, and TJ in the house.
It's good to be back. I miss being here.
I
I am very,
we all
very excited
left
for
you for a
Sebring.
while. All different excuses. Everybody left you for a little while.
Yeah,
So,
Garrett, Angelo, you guys
it
missed
is
out
good to be back.
on a Halloween special. You missed out on Buzz
know.
Lightyear here. We had two of our Cruellas and Captain Hook here wearing his red
I couldn't be sim racing Jesus. I'm so disappointed.
It would have been good. I would have liked to see that.
Sprinkled holy water in the sim.
Yeah.
Watched it for you.
I know the answer to this question, but have any of you guys ever been to Sebring there before behind me? Just a few times, maybe?
No, never heard of the place.
No,
This
never.
weekend or this year?
The last week, maybe?
Yeah, it's an hour and 48 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't know TJ,
here.
you've even been there too. We went out there together this year.
Yeah, thank you for actually taking me there for the first time. That was really cool. I really love to have you guys show us around and teach us the history behind the track. It was really cool.
Yeah, this place is Sebring is unlike anything else on the planet. It's just got its own character. It being built on a World War II B-2 bomber test pilot base. The front story being the original 1940s surface with all its bumps and cracks and imperfections.
And it moves every year.
And it moves every single year, and they're never going to repave it. I love how they turned their biggest shortcoming into their biggest feature.
Yeah.
I know TJ's gonna love that as it being in the tech space. They took their biggest weakness and turned it into their biggest feature. But I think this place is awesome. I love it. I cannot wait to get out there to drive it again soon. So let's get after it here.
Yeah, shout out to the Swag Gamer. Thanks for joining us tonight.
I'm glad you know our commands today, man. I'm very happy here.
Yeah, that's our timing stand away from the racetrack.
Home away from home in a sense.
Yes. The home away from home away from home. So. I just noticed that for the first time just driving by, outside turn 3 there, they have the Christmas lights on the palm trees there, which is kind of a picture of the actual race. Like, there's always a group of guys that have that there. You know what I'm talking about, Angelo?
Yes, sir. I was just reminiscing back of like a few odd times where I took the golf cart back there. I didn't know if I was going to make it back.
There's a lot of reasons to get lost in this place during the 12 hours.
Yeah.
I know this is always a huge attendance weekend. Probably the second largest
big party for a lot of people, right?
Big party. And a Central Florida party, if you know what that means.
Yeah.
It gets rowdy. And there's a lot of illicit substances involved.
No, there's a lot of drinking involved too.
Yeah, it's always wild to me that whenever I've engineered this race, I'm like super high stress, I'm managing strategy, I'm talking to the team back and forth, and then there's people literally dropping acid within a quarter mile of me, experiencing everything that I am, and somehow we're in this
Maybe
deep
we
race
could
of each other.
give Greg a little something, you know, calm him
No,
down.
I don't.
Yeah.
Hey, what do
We'll
you
just
guys
put him on
got?
one of
in
the boats in the infield.
What do you guys got at turns 7 that's could mellow my engineer out? You know.
He's tweaking a little hard right now. Thinking for the 12-hour here, what programs have I been a part of? I've done a lot of support series around the 12-hour weekend. The two most notable 12-hour weekends I was involved with was, the first one was 2017 with DAC Motorsports. We had the first generation Lamborghini Huracan GT3, kind of a slapdash team thrown together at the last minute, but so it was really just about participating and finishing. I don't think we finished very well. I think we had some, trying to think, I want to say we had mechanical problems. We managed to finish the race, but I think we were a few laps down. We didn't have the pace in the first place.
Yeah.
But what was really cool about that one that I always remember, weather was absolutely perfect for it.
Okay, good.
Nice weather. The cool thing is that after dark, there just so happened to be a rocket launch from Cape Canaveral. And it happened to happen just under a full course yellow at the same time for that brief moment. So I remember looking out from the timing stand, I just peeked my head around. They're showing it on the TV cameras because the camera guys had nothing better to do during the yellow flag.
Yellow, nice.
I peeked my head around. Sure enough, there's a rocket launch going off in the background. I'm like, this is a crazy spectacle. We're in the middle of
That's
this
really
crazy
cool.
race, and there's a rocket going off in the background.
That's
Making
cool.
us all feel slightly less cool than the guys on the rocket. So
Love it.
that was
Love it.
the following year, I was with P1 Motorsports. We had the first gen Mercedes AMG GT3. I think we did. Trying to flash back on that. I think we were pretty solid in that. I think we held our own. We're within a lap of the lead for most of the race. I know we had some engine challenges, but they didn't really take us out of contention. I think we were having overheating, high water pressure issues, which I think we resolved without actually costing much time. And I think we finished within a lap. That was pretty solid.
Okay.
That was good, and I was really involved with that one. I built the timing stand for that, and that was a very busy weekend for Greg. And then 2019, after I'd started Symmetric, I was coaching some drivers with the sim trailer, and I was kind of semi-involved with P1 Motorsports for the same year, the same team. Their following year, just kind of consulting and backfilling from my role from the previous year. So I did those 3 years. Then I've been to David many other times. But
All a big blur for me. In the shock trailer, building shocks. Most notable times were spending with the Dyson team, doing some stuff with them. Working and talking with James Weaver was really nice, things like that. The joke is every now and then stick your head out of the trailer, get a breath of fresh air, and go back to it. So, yeah, a lot of time spent in the trailer, not really with one specific team though.
Yeah, a little while there at 7. I gotta say, Sebring must be some really good job security for you, Angelo, being in the damper business, both for tuning them and rebuilding them, because it's gotta be hard on them.
Yeah, definitely. It is shock absorber's dream. It's a nightmare. Scary dream.
I'm sure I said this
like Greg was saying, just the pavement changes, the concrete changes, and everything else. It's like no other track. We always hear, I've never been to England, but I always hear billiard smooth. No, complete opposite.
Yeah.
3-inch gap going up.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit that at 150 miles an hour. Like, should we grind that down? Should we talk to somebody? Like, no. Just run it over.
So, having been involved in a bunch of programs that run the Daytona 24 and the Sebring 12-hour, I've seen the car prep work that goes into them before each of those races, and I've seen the cars after those races. I will tell you, it is abundantly clear in every single piece of the car that any car that finishes the 12-hour is twice as worn as the same car that finished the 24 at Daytona.
Yeah.
A race that's half the time distance, it's twice as worn. It's hotter, It's much more violent on the chassis.
Yep.
There's usually more contact.
Yeah.
Daytona's always usually in cooler weather. It's high speed, which means the engine and everything gets very sufficient cooling. That
It's
is
time to
not
relax. You just have full throttle.
Yeah, and usually the drivers are just as exhausted from, again, weather usually being 70s,
Great
80s,
analogy stuff
90s.
there, Greg. Great stuff.
Yeah.
It's so true. So true. A lot of teams
Or
will
the
test.
hardest reward from. Sorry to interrupt you, Angela.
A lot of teams will test at Sebring for endurance races because it's like he said. You do half the amount of time and pound out double the amount of use.
I know
But
a
use
lot
it as
of
good engineering proving ground. Yeah.
a lot of the GTP or LMDH programs, when they were developing the cars long before they even went racing, so I'm talking the last probably 2-3 years ago, they would do 24-hour enduros at Sebring for maximum endurance testing. And there were
And
requirements
yeah,
that
they
would
still
have
all
to do-
broke the first time.
I'm sure
Wow.
they did. I know they had a lot
I
of
only
battery
like what 3 GTPs finished the first 12-hour Sebring, the official
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
Like, no, actually like 3 with me. I remember like, it was a disaster.
Yeah. And you guys remember that Garage 56 NASCAR program for Le Mans a couple of years ago?
Yep, love it.
They did a
Did they do
24-hour
it here?
private test at Sebring
Oh,
to
nice.
test their car ahead of Le Mans. Le Mans is, by comparison, yeah, it's a very cooling race in a lot of ways, but it's not as hard on the car for the same reason that Daytona is not as hard on the car. And that's why they came to Sebring to come do that, develop the car here. Garrett and I, so a funny story, on a tangent on this. You remember this last year, Garrett, the first time we ever actually drove here with the BMWs? It was like 2 days after that Garage 56 private test,
Oh yeah.
and all the rubber was down on the track. The Goodyear NASCAR rubber was everywhere on the track. The first time we go out, all we did was pick up all the tire clag, and it was just shooting off the car every which direction. We're like,
I was so scared I
going
destroyed
on?
the car. We're coming out of 16 towards 17,
Yeah.
and it just sounded like the car was rattling itself apart, just like chunks were falling. I looked over his chin. I'm like, dude, what the hell is happening? And I brake it. And he goes, no. And I remember you get the inside of turn 7 and the curbing there.
Yep.
If you got in that curbing, I remember you picked up so much crap. You could feel like the tire like kind of jumping up a little bit because of how much crap is getting picked up on it. It was
Yeah,
insane.
it's wild.
I was
They put out some
really,
serious runners that day.
I was really taken back by this turn 7 because
You
people
like
go
it?
so much on the inside.
Oh, they use a lot of curbing at turn 7. Here, when I start this next lap, I'm going to point out some of the differences from the iRacing model. iRacing, if you're listening, Sebring needs to be redone, please, sometime soon. That would be great. Thank you. I'll point out all the differences. It's largely pretty good. There's a couple things that every time I come back to iRacing, I'm like, track model's different than you know it is in real life, Greg. But for the most part, it's pretty good. A lot of the stuff carries over.
I'm so surprised that you aren't cutting it on the inside, but also the models that they are not accounting for is that clay pickup on the inside of turn 7 on that inner corner. At least in the GT4 race, it was like a 6-inch divot between the curb and the clay. It was nuts.
Yeah, it's wild. I'm usually looking to turn in just after the 3 board here, carried out nice and
Hey,
wide towards that
Greg.
white line. What's up?
We got 2 minutes until the race, and
Yep.
we just need to check out if the daylight savings time, if iRacing adjusts, or if they go off of GMT and UTC and do not adjust the relative
Oh,
timing.
that one. I did not actually check that earlier.
Garrett's actually checking it now on the spotting machine.
I think we're okay from what I saw earlier. I think. But
We'll find out in 2 minutes whenever we get to jump in.
good call, Matt. If not, we're going to be doing another hour of practice. So one of the big differences is that the curbing here at turn 7 in real life now is probably twice as wide. It just goes further in now. So I always
So,
have to delay my turn in.
I hate to be the one to break some bad news. So the 8:45 is a fixed race, but the normal IMSA iRacing series all starts at 9:45 p.m.
Okay. All right. Well, shame
Yeah.
on us for not identifying that earlier.
That's weird. I
It
think
is
they
weird.
just I think they just screwed up the like updating some of the things here.
Are we 100% positive about that?
I'm looking at it right now.
Lobby's open.
There
if
was
you
a
wanna-
race at 7:45. The next one's at 9:45. That's really weird. I don't. Did they not like update? Did they update the fixed series for daylight savings, then not update the normal one for daylight savings, or what happened there?
So, wait. At the same time, you said you see a lobby open, TJ?
I'm
So
saying
the
fixed is
the
open,
IMSA
but
fixed series starts at a normal time, 8:45, but the non-fixed series, the race starts at 9:45. So I think they adjusted the fixed series for daylight savings, and then they just completely forgot to update the non-fixed series that we usually race in.
copy that.
Reasons why we
Alright.
should just abolish daylight savings times.
Yes. that.
Stupidest thing ever. I hate it.
Is the dumbest thing ever. Only. This is an old Native American saying, so I'm not trying to say anything that's not PC. But there's an old Native American saying in regards to daylight savings time. Only a white man would be dumb enough to think that if you cut 6 inches off the top of a blanket and then sew it onto the bottom of the blanket, that blanket is now longer.
Alright, so what are we gonna do?
I can stay here later. If I know TJ, he'd probably have to jet home at some point if we're gonna be running an hour long. It's up to you guys. Can you guys hang out here that later? If not, we'll jump in to do the fixed race.
Yeah,
We
let
have
me
Red Bull, so
let me text the wife.
Sure.
Miss more podiums.
If you just got to dip when you got to dip, that's totally fine. Is there
I
anything
can't-
for that news?
I can't take the spotting PC from you guys.
Oh. Gary, you want to see if we can get operator or the PC?
yeah, I can
on?
just operate it.
on?
I was
Okay,
just
good.
there for convenience, but we can always
Okay.
okay. Operate it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. What's up, Hugo? How are you? Thanks for joining. And Nelson hopping on here too. Good to see you, dude. Shame on us for not thinking about daylight savings time.
So I run a team out of Portugal. I run a team out of India and the United States. Portugal, Europe does daylight savings a week before we do. So iRacing is probably synced to GMT and doesn't accommodate for any changes because every country does it differently. Arizona
Right.
also doesn't play by it. Hawaii doesn't play by it. So like if they're to adjust it for everything, you can't do it based upon local time zones. You have to keep it off Greenwich Mean Time would be my theory.
Yeah.
But what's
That'd
weird
be-
is that the fixed series is still at the normal time, but the open series is at 9:45.
So I think that's down to the fact that each of the iRacing series managers has their own discretion about that. It would be great if they were consistent from series to series, but I know that each of the series on iRacing are run by different individuals. I guess they leave that to their discretion. Again, continuity iRacing, continuity. So important. Ultimately, shame on us for not knowing that. When we did season 1, when we had the Mercedes, and we were exiting daylight savings time or entering it, whatever it is you do in the springtime, did we ever deal with that issue? Or did we never have an event around daylight savings time?
What was that, sir?
Do you remember when we were in the Mercedes, 6 months ago, whatever it was, when we went into or out of daylight savings time, whatever the springtime change is? I can never remember which direction it is. Did we deal with that same issue?
You know, I don't know. I honestly can't remember.
I can't remember. I don't remember ever dealing with this.
I think they might have really. I think everything stayed the same back then, maybe, or I don't know. It's all really ridiculous, honestly.
Who votes for us to do the fixed series and the open series? Who wants that?
If we could make it, I don't know if we can we make that all work? No, I don't think we can make it work. 'Cause it's an hour. I mean, our session's gonna run a little bit over an hour, I believe. So we
Well,
just
the
barely
fixed series is
missed.
also a 45-minute race, isn't it?
plus the 8-minute qualifying and the time waited for practice and for the session to open and the pace lap and all the other things. So in total, it's supposed to be 45 minutes, but it's never exactly that clean cut, where it's actually 45 minutes
Yeah,
plus
that'd
the
be
8
done for
minutes,
water.
53. We would be cutting it so close, we'd basically be joining the session while we're still in another session, which we can't exactly do. So we'd be
Yeah.
pulling out of the session, not getting any of the rewards, and kind of just getting screwed. So, as much as I'd love to
Okay.
do 2 back-to-back races, unfortunately, iRacing will not allow us to do so.
All right. Angela, you caught up to date on what we were just talking about there?
Angela's the one that caused this. Actually, not really.
Raz reached out and was the one who brought us to our attention, actually. So.
Oh, thank you, Mike, for letting us know.
Yeah, so I guess we got plenty of practice time.
Yeah.
Now you have no excuse not to be in the 59s, Greg.
Sure. Put the pressure on. I can use it.
Yeah, no pressure, no pressure. Yeah, so shout out to Raz. Why are you guys gonna run the fixed one? I'm like, fixed one? What the heck's a fixed one? Daylight savings times, gentlemen.
I like the open one. I want to work towards the championship and have the kind of continuity with that. If we could do both, I would, but I don't want to do a race back-to-back with another one and compromise us missing out on the open one. Personally. I could do another race, something totally else random.
Why don't we run through a little setup and play around?
We could also do that. That would be fun.
Miatas. We could do Miatas for an hour. You could fit like 3 races in.
I know.
Miatas are only when he does something bad. We
All right,
leave
pull
that
the
as
Ford stuff.
purgatory. Nah, there we go.
All right.
Or we
Box
just
here.
leave it to the chat. The chat can decide your fate.
I'm deciding this time that we're going to do setups.
No.
Wait a minute. We can go all the way back to what our original conversation is. It's useless.
What is?
Setup.
We can just continue beating that drum that it's useless and keep
No, it's just Greg and I, if everybody doesn't know, we've been having some fun. Still trying to figure the car out. The setup out of the box is pretty darn good, folks. We've tried to find boundaries, and there are none.
Yes. That's looking at all the GT3 cars that we've got experience with, at least us here in iRacing. We've spent a lot of time in the Mercedes. We did our first season 2 seasons ago with that. Then we drove the Ferrari 296 GT3, and now we've driven the McLaren. The Mercedes needed some help, and I think we found a lot of performance in it, especially at some tracks where the Mercedes was really strong, like Daytona.
I think we did awesome on that thing. That car.
I think we were really locked in with that. That was really good, and it was very far from the baseline setups.
Yep.
Ferrari took a little while for me to adjust to, being mid-engine, good bit faster. It had a lot of very different techniques that it required, and ultimately we got pretty quick with a setup that was a bit different from what the baselines are.
Yep.
Everything that we've done so far with the McLaren indicates that the baseline setups are ultimately going to be fastest. Maybe some of these VRS, these pay setups, I haven't tried them yet. I don't like
I spoke to Nelson, and he's on, I don't know which one he pays for, but he says they're no faster. He's gone back to back. VRS?
Yeah.
He's done back to backs, and he's like, number one, I don't feel a difference. Number two, I'm not going any faster.
Yeah. I think, when was the last one we really dug into playing with the setup? Was that Silverstone? I think we did
on the McLaren.
With the McLaren, yeah, that was the last one we did a couple weeks ago.
We kitchen sinked a bunch of it.
We tried a lot of it. Silverstone is not a terribly strong track for me. I know I left a lot on the table with that. We made a lot of changes. I found that the baseline setups, again, the same setup that I'm driving tonight, essentially, it was a little knife edge, and I wanted something that was a little bit more forgiving to band-aid the fact that I was a little bit weak at that track in terms of my timing and precision. We did not go faster, but I was more comfortable with how the car felt. Now
I felt bad as a race engineer. You know, we're pushing, we're doing, and the driver feedback, I feel comfortable. This feels better. This feels better. But penultimately, when we're looking at the little stopwatch, 0. We got no input, no response, no like, wow, we're a second quicker, wow, we're a 10th quicker here, wow, this corner's better. we made it drivable, but it didn't gain any speed.
Yeah, we didn't go faster. And I want to say it's been a little while, but I want to say Spa, we kind of did the same thing. We found a little
Mhm.
bit of comfort in making changes, but it was offset by the fact that we made the car perhaps I went a little faster because I had more confidence, but I think the car itself, we ultimately sacrificed speed to make that happen. So I
Yep.
felt better, but we didn't go any faster.
Yeah.
So tonight, what we're driving for everyone, I'll show what the setup is. I took
Oh, you're gonna show the setup?
He's
I'm gonna
showing
show
the secret
everyone the
sauce.
setup. I'll put this on the setup page if everyone really wants to see
Love
it.
it.
Why does
Yeah.
it say failed? This wasn't a failed setup a minute ago.
Yeah.
So our setup is the medium downforce sprint setup, the standard one that comes from iRacing. Notable changes being that I like turning on the endurance lights. I turn on the LED strip, which is technically, setup options.
That's setup options. That's not about speed.
It is on the setup page right here
I
if I
love
want
it.
the endurance lights or not.
Yep, yep.
The other change that we made is that to balance out tire pressures and tire temperatures, we raised the right side by 0.5 psi. We're getting really nice tire temp spreads and pressure spreads all around now, which I really quite like. And the car's a bit more symmetrical with how it turns to the left and the right. Really small. I think we're kind of splitting hairs, but it's a positive step. And then the big change that Angela and I have kind of worked through from our conventional knowledge knowing Sebring with how bumpy it is that I opened up or softened the high speed bump or compression and rebound front and rear a good bit. And I clamped down on or hardened the low speed compression and rebound all around. Kind of,
Yep.
Angela, you want to talk more about this? You have a great analogy about the philosophy behind this.
Yeah, so depending on which side the damper curve's on, but the fun analogy is 99-mile-an-hour fastball. So if a catcher tries to catch 99 miles an hour, it's really a lot of energy, and you've got to take it into account. These jumps and bumps on the pavement are 99-mile-an-hour fastballs, 150-mile-an-hour fastballs. It moves the tire a lot up into the chassis. So depending on which curve you've got, we'll soften up high speed, or in some cars we have to stiffen up high speed because the wheel will go so far into the fender arch, you'll be with tire clearance underneath. And you can get curb strike blow-offs. You would just want the blow-off just enough and everything else. So Greg gained some good comfort by going lower on the high-speed compression, front and rear. On the rebound, it puts the tire back down to the ground sooner. Okay, again, you're going over a bump, a lot of energy being thrown into the fender well, and get it back down to the pavement. Chassis will get a little bit sloppy here and there, but overall, the grip gain in the driver comfort, shall we say, is huge.
Yeah.
So
my take
go
on
ahead.
how this car, essentially
Yep.
how I've been driving this car for most of the day today, is that the balance, the behavior, the way it transitions in places like, turns 3, 4, and 5, where we're throwing the weight back and forth in low speed. And then even in some of the medium speed stuff, like as we exit 10 into 11, and then we enter tower turn, 15, 16, how we get through 17, how we get through 1, that stuff, that balance and that behavior honestly feels really good. Like I don't have any challenges. I can place the car. I have some consistency I could perhaps work on myself, but I can kind of at will make the car do what I want to. It's really me that I need to continue working on to find lap time. I don't feel that there's a deficit in the car anywhere. So that's all balance and behavior stuff, which is most of this chassis page that we're looking at right now. What I think would help is compliance over the bumps. We basically want the bumps. We want to, we're trying to on average, raise the amount of grip that's available to the tire. We're just trying to control the wheel motion to do that. And that is our damper page. And that's
Dampers.
why guys like Angelo do so much work to make that work really well. So it's not necessarily going to change significantly the balance of the car, but it could change some of the behavior over the bumps and in transitory, like, 3, 4, 5, how that moves around over there. So in my opinion, in the level of setup where we are in terms of how the car feels, we got to work on dampers. I don't
Yep.
know so much that we need to work on much else. We can play with it a little bit, but my knowledge of how this car feels so far is that we don't have a lot to change on this page, but I do want to play around with this stuff tonight. Given that we have a bonus hour tonight because of our own
There we go.
lack of
Daylight savings time.
daylight savings time, we've got an hour to play with this stuff. So What do
The
you want to try
first
first?
thing I'd like to do is I'd like to inverse the low speed and high speed compression on the car. Just the
Okay.
compression. All right.
Okay.
So not knowing where the curve is at, you can be underdamped or overdamped and lose grip. So I like this. I think it's correct. But being a nerdy engineer, I want to try where we go a little bit stiffer on the high speed and a little bit softer on the low speed. The car will get sloppier, should get sloppier, but it depends on where they map their damper ratios and everything else. So, Greg, if you don't mind,
Let's
we've
try
got this
something.
saved, correct?
Yeah, this is version 1 for the race.
Okay. So let's go something crazy. Let's open up the low speed 10 clicks softer and close the high speed 10 clicks stiffer.
Got it.
Also, I believe that I hear the first feeder band from the Category 1 that's brushing our coast tonight out in the Gulf, because do you guys hear what's brushing up against the... I think it's raining outside. Let me go check.
Is it really? Oh, cool. That would be very Florida. All right, so...
And same thing, just pick 10 and 10 just to make life easy.
Okay. Did I say we were 18? I'm going down to 30. Just on the compression side of things, we're going to touch rebound.
Yep. Leave it at be. Again, I'm looking for response to the chassis. I'm looking for response from the driver. You know, obviously you can throw a lot of adjustment at things. And then the joke is from everybody else, it's like, you know, where should I set my dampers? I'm like, what valve stacks do you have in it? Is it too soft or is it too stiff? Well, how come you don't know? Because it's in cars like this, not canned valving for a lot of stuff, you know, and that's where we're getting to figure out what iRacing has in store.
Yeah, so for reference for everyone, this is different for every GT3 car. The McLaren specifically, the 0 setting, so 0 clicks, is actually maximum damping, or the hardest damping setting on compression and rebound. And we have 40 clicks of adjustment. So 40 would be the least amount of damping. So we're fairly hard on the low speed right now, and we're, 0 to 50 on high speed. So we're pretty close to the middle. We're slightly on the soft side of middle for the high speed compression and everything right now. So that's kind of the range of adjustment that we've just made.
Copy
so
that.
not huge kitchen sink, but this should be enough
Yeah.
to
should be enough that we get a response. Greg, what was your best lap time? What fuel load we got?
I just keep saying my setup failed. This is not correct. It was fine a second ago.
Amber?
I passed. I didn't make any changes.
Okay.
Fast lap time we were looking at in race fuel load. I'm usually getting down to the low 201s right now. I'm looking at a 201.19 that I did.
Okay.
And I'm seeing that we're about 6 to 9 tenths faster in qualifying fuel
Okay.
load. So I'm thinking we're going to be
All
in the very... I would love to crack off of low 2.0 for qualifying, and I think my race lap times are going to be low 201s to higher 201s.
Based on your experience with all the cars you and I have worked on, if you made this much of a shock change, you should see instantly half a second difference or a driver feedback of like, don't do that again, or oh my God, that's awesome, go more.
A gentleman driver within one lap will be like, oh, well, that feels different. And a pro driver will take the pit limiter off and be like, oh, yeah, this is different. The amount of change that we just did.
And that's what Greg and I are looking for during all these sessions. But the iRacing platform doesn't respond as quickly and as harshly as we've seen in real life. So we're just trying to explore the boundary, have some fun with it, you know?
Yeah. I will say that there's some of that is... This is something that I haven't experienced as much in real life. I haven't driven enough, race cars with multi-way adjustable dampers in real life yet so much. My understanding of dampers is that there's a lot to be felt sensory-wise in a real car that even on this awesome motion sim that we have here that does, as you can see, this is probably the most motion you've ever seen on this sim tonight because it's Sebring.
Yeah.
Some of that might get kind of lost in the fact that I'm not actually physically experiencing the chassis movement the way that I would here in real life. I will say that I have, when we played with dampers before, I do actually feel a difference in the motion of this seat a good bit.
That's right. We saw that a couple of times. The motion of the seat changed too.
Yeah, I feel it in the motion of the car in the seat.
Yep.
So that part's pretty cool. I would not
Which is
rate
cool,
grade
so that
myself.
there's a response, but there's not a grip.
Yeah.
You know? So that's what Greg and I are just trying to correlate, see if we can find some stuff there.
Yeah.
That driver feedback, I've got a pretty interesting story. We, prior to, I guess last winter or 2 winters ago, driver we're working with, we found some really cool pistons, Penske's variable bleed, ex-IndyCar piston as we call it, you know. Pain in the ass to tune, yes. So we started tuning it and everything else, and driver reports back something like this, Sebring, but it's different tractions. I cannot look at it. I will wad this thing up and dump it into the wall. And he goes, it's way too stiff. Okay. So we pulled out some high-speed compression shims. 2 shims. 2 shims we pulled out. Driver reports back, oh my god, the car is amazing, I can run over everything. If I could show you the graph difference, you'd say that, yeah, he was pulling your leg. He's a well-known driver, really good person, and I'm like, that's the difference. We feel it, we see it. The watch responds to it. It's great stuff when we're working on a good team and what have you. We'd like to see a little bit more of the spread here on iRacing.
Yeah.
Be a little more fun.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that some of it's they have to, and they don't want to make it overly sensitive to setup stuff because it's a esports gaming platform, and they don't want
Yeah.
to be an engineering space race for teams. They have to make it somewhat numb to setup changes, but at the same time, there is right and wrong answers. I see Nelson sent us a setup here. Let's
Okay.
have to redo this kind of test here. I
Uh-oh.
would love
Texted
to-
Angelo. Nelson texted Angelo. Shoot. Yeah, he's got setup screenshots.
Got it. Okay. Is Nelson in this session right now? I don't think I saw his name here. If you could just share it directly to me, that'd be cool too.
Okay.
We can
I don't know.
help preserve. I don't know. I mean, Angela's got it on screen.
Okay. We'll do it back to back.
Juice isn't worth the squeeze on that curb, man. That thing throws you out.
I know. It's hard with the timing. Sometimes I have to hit it because I don't want to unwind and then rewind the wheel into it. But I know I don't want to be going over top of it.
No, you hook that
Juicing.
inner lip of it, and bye-bye.
Did you just make a Lizzo reference?
No,
The
what's
juice-
that?
The juicing with the squeeze?
No, I don't have.
Is it bad that I know that?
I don't even know Lizzo.
Okay.
I'm old.
Maybe she didn't come up with that phrase. Daphne's probably
She
rolling
didn't
her
come up
eyes at
with
me
it.
right now.
That's like
Sorry, Daphne. I'm laughing at myself.
that phrase has been around for like
Is it an old
longer
one?
than we've both been alive.
Okay, all right.
Combined.
So Lizzo can get credit for that. That's the only place I know it from. All right, everyone roll their eyes at Greg. River closed. Oh, we're probably in a full server. There's 51 cars in here. That's what it is, Nelson.
Where are they? 51 cars in here, but I don't
Not on
see
track.
anyone on track. There's 3 people on track.
Yeah, well, they're all sitting in pit lane.
All right, Greg. Any driver feedback? Just did a lap or 2.
I'm being totally honest. I
Yep.
do not notice a difference.
Yep.
Let me drive it a little bit more.
All right, let's focus on this lap. Where are we? 10, 11, 12, 1 speed.
Yep.
All right. Coming up to the fun section. 16 and 17. You can't feel a difference in 17. Then those adjustments have done nothing.
Yep. Copy.
Just kidding.
Yeah, Nelson says you can't join. The server's closed.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want to miss the open one. I'm trying to. It's hard.
Just-
because
just
I know what
drive,
the
just
setup
drive.
changes.
Just drive. Don't be an engineer, just drive it. That's another fun thing. Is Greg's a good engineer, and you want to give him a blind test rather than letting him know what's good and what's bad.
The problem is I know too much.
I know. We have to shoot him.
We should do some blind testing with me.
We do that with all the drivers. That's the fun part.
It's the equivalent of going in and rattling the wrenches around and telling someone you made a change.
Joe Stamola said that Chip Ganassi, half-pound tire pressure. I think it might have been Bridgehampton, because they used to go out there and test all the time. They said something like they pull into pit lanes, go down half a pound on the outside tires. Okay. So they went around with the gauge, and they went around with the gauge. He goes out, comes right back, and he says, "I said go down half a pound." I'm not kidding. They said, "Oh shit." He knows what we did. Nothing. So
He knows what we didn't do.
yeah. So really good driver feel, and there are alien drivers that are really awesome at it. Good feedback, you know. There was a team running a Lamborghini close to us, and they had a driver that said that the car, under braking, diagonal. One side of the car would go down faster than the other. And so I knew the crew chief, we talked about it, and we went through and spoke about all the chassis stuff. He said, all right, well, I got the dampers here, I'll let you know what I find. I don't remember, the right front was 50 pounds softer on compression, and the left rear was 75 pounds softer on rebound.
Wow.
The driver was absolutely correct. It totally diagonal shifted every time he stepped on the brakes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That was a super
And then-
fail.
Yeah. And then the cool thing is, fix it. Got it. No problem. Never heard from him again. Fixed it. We're back on track.
Hey, so I just did my best ever lap time on race fuel load by 0.3 of a second.
With race fuel. Go again. Box.
All right.
Let's go further.
Yeah, I think after driving that, it does feel a little less.
Precise.
No, I was gonna say it actually feels more insulated from the bumps in 17 and 1.
I like
it,
the words.
It just holds in 17.
Okay.
and 1. Over,
Okay.
like you feel the bumps, but
Yep.
it doesn't deviate from the path that it's on as much.
Okay. We
I
just
would say
did.
we can go more.
We just did 10, just compressions. Do it
Right.
again.
Another 10, both.
We're dumb. We're just, we got an Allen key. We're in some screws. We're gonna just turn them.
Keep changing things. All right,
Yep.
so we're gonna go up on low speed, another 10.
Yep.
Okay. And then down 10 on high speed.
Yep.
Okay.
And if you can, for the crowd out there, we're gonna go softer and stiffer.
Yeah. So we're going softer on low speed, stiffer on high
Stiffer
speed.
on high speed.
Compression only, leaving rebound alone.
Yep. Which then we'll try to play around with that a little bit.
Yeah.
That was race fuel load, and you were 2:00. Nice. Nice
2
job.
minute flat 0.8.
So there we go. Just what we were talking about. We were able to gain half a second. Call it, right? Half a second. And Greg, I got here late today, but you already ran how many laps?
Today, before you got here?
Yeah.
Probably 30 or so.
Yeah. Did a good little stint. Got a good feel for the car. So
Yep.
I'd say that this is indicative. Now we are moving big swings on the damper, though. I probably wouldn't be doing this much in real life, but I don't know if it matters. Some days I will. So cool. I'm gonna shut my mouth and let you do your thing. Remember, cold tires on the way out.
Yep. How much time we have left in this session? 40 minutes. Okay. We got some time. I want to do it all in this session so we're in the same exact grip conditions.
Garrett, get damper set 3 ready for him.
What is your approach to spring rates at Sebring and how, relative to how bumpy it is. Whoa!
What
Cold tires.
the?
Cold tires. Cold tires. And
All
talking
right,
too
all
much.
right. No worries. We forget that Greg is still a driver. Love it. If depending on the car, I'm usually down 100 pounds and I raise the whole car up a little bit. I don't like to go really soft and really high, which is the old tradition. Because as you know, turn 16, 17, and 1 are really fast.
Yep.
And that softness on the spring sometimes is too delayed, too not as precise as they want. Gentleman driver, I might edge towards that. Pro driver, I just take 100 pounds out of it just to give it a little bit of a fighting chance over the bumps. I'm a damper guy. No, just kidding.
Someone just give me a time check. I know we got plenty here.
It is 8:46. Got an hour until all the race.
We'll really have no excuses for not winning tonight, right?
128. Well, don't put the pressure on us. I'll fold like a house of cards.
Are you cool hanging out an hour later than normal tonight, Angelo, because of time?
I was considering I couldn't sleep last night. I had a bar of chocolate. Not a whole bar, but you know. And it was coffee flavored chocolate. At about 9 o'clock after dinner, I'm like, wow, that was really, really good. Nice dark piece of chocolate. From midnight, I'm like, what's going on? I can't sleep. I don't know why.
You want an espresso? We can fix that.
I might need one.
So I think,
Tire temp.
considering that the rest of this season we're going to be off by an hour, I think we're going to probably run the 7:45 race session. So I'm sure our streams are now going to start at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Can someone tell me whether we're in Daylight Savings Time or out of Daylight Savings Time? Does anyone know right now?
I don't know. I don't. Hold on, wait. We went forward an hour. I know because the cat wakes up in the morning and starts screaming at the door.
Back.
Does that mean?
Yeah. Spring forward, pull back.
Correct. Yeah. The clock's going
Yeah.
back
Okay.
an
Yeah. Because the cat wakes up in the morning thinking he's about to get fed. He wakes me up an hour early, and I'm losing my mind.
We are currently in Eastern Standard Time.
standard, so we're out of Daylight Savings Time.
You know, I'm just a physics kind of guy. The sun doesn't change, and our number doesn't change.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what it is.
I never
Angle
even
per degree, that's it. I heard two stories.
I know it's an old farmer's thing with timing and the kids and school and sundown and sunup and whatever. It still doesn't change when the sun does. Just like wake up earlier or wake up later.
Yeah, that's it.
Whatever. Just like we all have these things called smartphones and watches on our wrists all the time. So like, just adapt your own timing. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to say what I was about to say. Day after an election.
Humans. You
think we'd be capable of a little bit more?
162 tire temp. This lap is yours.
Yep.
Focus.
A little hot in 17.
After this lap, I'm going to give you a history lesson.
Okay. Feels a little sharper on turn-in in a couple places. Like I'm arriving at Apex a little early everywhere. Yeah, there too. Yeah, it feels more responsive on like that phase 2 and 3 of the corner, Angelo. Of 5. What I'm talking about, everyone? So phase 1 is like you're braking in your initial turn in. Phase 2 is after your initial turn in, so like now, and then 3, 4, and 5 of the corner. So 2 is that like from turn in approaching apex. 3 is mid corner right at apex. 4 is the initial power down and the opening of the wheel. And then phase 5 is really the final straightening of the wheel and tracking out. And so I feel a little bit more positivity and support in the 2 and 3 phase. I don't feel any negatives of anything. It just feels sharper everywhere on the way in. And I need to make the driver adjustment a little bit, slow my hands down on the way in. So I think this could be faster. I just need to adapt. Does that make sense, Angelo?
Copy that, 100%. 16
Does that
Strata,
track
a little bit far.
Does that correlate with the change we made?
Yeah. So yes and no. So from the rudimentary standpoint of opening up the low speed, generally you lose front end precision getting down to that first third.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It's Sebring.
Yeah.
So you've got to go through low speed motion to get to high speed motion. And if the car's constantly moving up and down, I keep trying to crack through low speed motion. So I think that at Sebring we lose more grip on that first initial spike of low speed, but then we have to catch the high speed, the high velocity impacts, all the seams in the pavement. So on, high end dampers and everything else, I found this setup generally works on a lot of cars. It's a little bit counterintuitive though. Like you said, normal flat smooth track, the tighter you make the low speed, the more precise that first entrance to the corner gets.
Yeah.
What this just told us is we just gained grip. And
however,
that precision.
You see what the stopwatch is saying?
What do you got?
I'm like already 3/10 down by the time I get through turn 3. I'm fighting for it, and I'm just going slower.
Okay. So we fell off the cliff.
Yeah.
So let's go back to 10 and let's think about rebound.
Yep.
Okay.
Let me practice a pit entry here. I want to do the rest of this lap.
Copy that.
And while we do that, sit down for more Podium's history lessons, brought to you in part by ChatGPT.
Yes, thank you. Let's do it.
Okay, so this is just going to be a direct one from ChatGPT, but I'll give you guys the highlights. Historical origins of daylight savings time. The idea dates back to the 18th century, notably proposed by one old feller named Benjamin Franklin.
Oh, that guy.
Might have heard of him, but it wasn't widely adopted until World War I and then World War II. You might ask yourself, but why? Why would people adopt this during wartime? Well, according to ChatGPT, fuel. It all goes back to the dinosaurs and where we're using our petrol. So to save fuel is why they implemented that. They then carried that into energy-saving items throughout the 40s, 50s, 60s. Now, many people, and there's a controversy around this question, with our energy consumption and fuel consumption, or how we're not based upon oil as much anymore, but now we're using more natural resources or nuclear. How much of a benefit is it actually giving us, with notable decreases on impact for areas that are highly impacted with tourism for evening activities, as they can no longer do them because it's dark out. The end.
Very good. Very
As a
good.
result of the traditional work schedule being an 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 or whatever.
Well, it was candle lights and oil lamps. So, and war effort, which, like you said, so they had to save every gallon of whatever they're going to burn. So we always laugh because
the number on your watch being kind of just an arbitrary number.
Yeah.
I guess that's just a modern look on that. Maybe it wasn't that simple back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that historically, and then it was generationally baked in, and now we just don't know how to change something that has been the case for over a century. Interesting.
If you wanted to, you could have just went back to the last setup and delete this one.
We can do that. Let's do that. Let's go version 1A. So now we're here. And let's start tickling rebound.
Okay. Four-way rebound sucks.
So low speed, we're relatively stiff right now. We're
Yep.
7 of 40,
Yep.
0 being the most.
Yep.
And then high speed, we are 37 of 50, 50 being the least. And then 12 and 41 in the rear.
But again, we're just gonna do the opposite and see what this car reacts to.
Okay. We'll do
The
10
same
up
thing, 10. Yep.
and then 10
And
down on high
Yep.
speed. Two. I call this
you can save over the other one.
save over top of it.
Oh,
Or-
the B. What did we?
Yeah,
We changed here.
We'll just delete
Yep.
B. We don't need that one.
Yep. That's exactly what I want to. Override it. Because we went
All right.
slower. We don't care.
Yep. Irrelevant.
All right.
Moving out.
All yours.
All right.
So that's the other thing is, where is the true curve? The number of clicks doesn't mean a darn thing. What matters is what shims and stack and what track you're at.
Missed the pit limiter. Shame on me.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Knucklehead. Knucklehead.
It was on and I
This-
turned it off when I left the box.
For shame.
Daylight savings time. You need to save fuel.
It was daylight savings time on the pit limiter.
Too soon. Too soon.
How's it feel?
I'm the only one on track now. I guess everyone's in that fixed session right now. I mean, who wouldn't love to have Sebring all to themselves? I think Garrett and I, we did a couple sessions where we were the only car on track. That was pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty nice. Considering the first time we ever went on track in Sebring, there was two LMP3s, a GT2 RS, and a handful of other cars, like 3 times the horsepower we had. And we were
Yep.
just kind of like getting comfortable, and all of a sudden P3s would just roar around the side of us. Like, I swear I felt my heart leave my body a few times. Like, dived into apexes. Like one of them cut my line right off at push-ups, and
Yep.
I almost had a code brown.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a few times we actually had the track all to ourselves, like no one out there, and it's been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. It's always a reality check that, again, it's easy to say and observe from the outside, but until you're in a car on track, Garrett and I, we drive BMW M235i street cars with a lot of racing modification, semi-slick DOT slick tires, with brake improvements, suspension build, a little bit of an engine tune, roll cage seats, but still street car with a license plate. That's what we drive on track. It's a really good platform to learn with, good amount of power, pretty reasonably priced to drive. So that's what we really go to learn new tracks and work on some techniques prior, the much lower price point than getting to something like the GT3 Club Sport that's parked behind us right now. So,
150.
at Sebring, I think we were in the 240s, and then we got to the 230s, and then I think we might have started tickling the 220s.
Yeah, definitely the 20s.
Yeah, I think we're just getting into the 20s. And if you've never been on a racetrack before, let me tell you, when you're even in a 400 horsepower street car with some light race prep work done to it, it is more extreme of an environment than you could probably, in terms of like corner loads, braking loads, just like general driving intensity. It's a lot more than you probably think it is if you've never done it before. So, when you're out on your first couple track days, whatever it is, and you're in a car and you're just focused on hitting your marks and you feel like you're going Mach Schumacher everywhere, and then an LMP3 shows up behind you, even not at full tilt, it is mind-blowing how fast that thing catches you, drives right past you, and then disappears. It's like 10 seconds from when you see the headlights as a small little dot in your rear view until you cannot see its brake lights anymore because it's driven past you.
I mean, realistically, you didn't even see him coming, and then like all of a sudden you just hear, "Roar," just on top of you, and it's like, what in the hell was even that?
Yeah, I've engineered them, I've sat in them, I've moved them around in parking lots. I know them better than anything. But to physically have the doors blown off the way that it was compared to what we thought was, relatively fast compared to, people I haven't spent a lot of time in proper race cars. To be working on what we're working on the BMW, and then to have that thing like blitzkrieg us the way that it did, it just puts a new perspective on it. And I know it's easy to say from the outside that we know an LMP3 is faster, but to experience it firsthand, it's it will change your perspective on what speed is.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, nothing changes the feeling of an aerodynamic shoebox stuck to the floor coming by you and mock Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, it'll put things into perspective. Like, oh, I know they're fast. They'll go around us pretty quickly, but no, they got around us quickly. And professional drivers, they don't exactly tend to care for your line or what you're doing. They just think, I can make that work.
Here.
I mean, they can't exactly stick their hands out the window and give you the point by or anything, so they're just like, yeah, that line's mine now.
Yeah. I was at a club event once up at Watkins Glen a bunch of years ago before I moved to Florida. I was supporting some older Ferrari challenge cars. And it just so happened at this event we were at that there was a gentleman who had a couple retired IndyCar and Formula One cars there. I want to say it was like a late 90s Williams Jacques Villeneuve V12 car that was there. And our customers are driving around their challenge cars. They're doing their, I don't know, something like a 2-minute flat or so around Watkins Glen, 205, something in that range. And the F1 car comes out, and you're like, one, at Watkins Glen, if you've ever been there before, the place is big. Like, it's a serious footprint, probably second only to like a Road America in terms of just raw size. You can hear the V12 from that car as it goes all the way around the track over everything else that's going on. Number one. We had cars that were crossing start-finish line, and then the F1 car would come out of the last corner, and they'd be side by side in a turn one. Like, literally, it would gain hundreds of yards per straightaway. And everyone was terrified, because not only is it that fast, it's also really small and relatively really low to a GT car. They said it was like, and the F1 driver was like, this is dumb, I really shouldn't be out here with GT cars, because the closing speed, it's so fast that it's hard to judge. And that was against, like, you know, semi-proper race cars, like retired Ferrari challenge cars, Porsche Cup cars. That was an extreme level of, like, speed disparity. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It's always cool to see firsthand. We all know that they're that much faster. But there's a couple different videos that have been done by different Formula One teams over the years. I know Ferrari's done it, Red Bull's done it, I think Aston Martin may have done it, where they set out, Ferrari, for example, they took a 550 Maranello in the hands of a proper driver, and he starts off from the start-finish line, full tilt boogie around, Monza, Imola, or something like that. Then a Ferrari GT race car, probably a GT3 or GT2, I'm not sure specifically exactly which one. It takes off from the line, like, 15 seconds later. And then, like 20 seconds later, Schumacher takes off in the F1 car off the line, full tilt boogie, going for it. They all cross the line at exactly the same time, like 3 wide, coming across start to finish. But the F1 car started, like, literally the guy was strapping into the car as the Maranello took off from the line. It's such a cool thing. Red Bull's done it. Just type in F1 versus street car. It's just a cool speed comparison.
Really, really
All
cool.
right, we just stop talking and tell stories and focus.
Any
This
feedback?
next one will be my good one. My first take is that it feels a bit more. I feel like we're leaving the ground over the bumps a bit more than we were before. I'm trying to chase that part a little bit, but let me do one more here, and I'll give you a more final
All right,
answer.
let's focus in front.
Yeah. Alright. think the time I lost in one was more error than car right now.
Probably that. Thought so.
It does feel like the car is moving around more over the bumps, and I'm saying that from based on the seat motion. It feels a bit sharper.
Probably that.
A little lazy on the bumps there. I gotta clean that up. Nice and secure there. That felt very nice, but not faster. I don't know that I feel a difference, to be completely honest.
You know where you're at. You're making predictions back here too, based on your driving.
What do you see?
A little bit more hands catching the car, like you said, a little bit more unsettled over the bumps. So it's box.
Copy.
Basically, I think the rebound was no appreciable change. I'm going to go back opposite way and go further to what you
Yeah.
just had. Yep.
Yeah, it just feels like we're just moving around a lot more
Yep.
on the bumps.
Yep.
now.
Yep. Exactly.
Cool. I'm glad you saw that, and I felt it.
That's what we were laughing about is we get to see that correlation, but of course we'd like to see a gain in speed or a loss in speed. You know.
There's a little inconsistency for me, but it was more driver
Yeah.
error than car. So
Thank
we're
you
going
for
to go back to 1A again, right?
Let's go back to where we were. Go to B. We didn't change
Okay,
compression.
so we were on B. Yep. So
On
this
B. We're on B.
is where we are now.
And on the rebound, let's go back to where we were and more than. So go
Okay, so
10,
and
right?
here we were. I'm just going to load the prior setup because that's what
All right. Okay.
I'm in.
And then we'll save this one as B. All right. So let's go stiffer again. Let's split the difference from 7 to 3.
So we want to go just a less of a change
Yep.
than before?
Go 7 to 3. No.
Oh,
7 to 3 stiffer. Okay. And go ahead and give me 5 softer. We're going to this one, we're going to do 5s if we can. So this one go 5 down, stiffer, and go 5 up.
Got it.
Don't like
This
it,
will
but
be the new 1B.
the new B. Gotcha. On the same page. I kind of like where it was on the rebound. The last 2 tests for you and I are just right now just practice and seeing what if we gain some anomaly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, so it's rebound's tough with radial tires. It tends to lose grip. Certain chassis, certain things pick up some precision. Certain things need to be clamped down. You know, the old dragster squat and go and leave the rebound in it forever. But with all the bumps and undulations, you don't want the tire in the air.
Right.
And like I said, I like where it was at before, so I don't expect this to be any better. I'm not going to say that to you, but I just did. Prove me wrong.
I'm going to try my best. What's that time, Chuck?
9:10. Got
Alright.
half an hour until the race. Also, in about 5 minutes, I'd appreciate if you just doing our race session.
You got it.
Copy that. So after this round of testing, we'll join the race.
Yep.
Session. Copy that. Still cold.
initial feeling is that I like how this feels right now, but I will reserve it for more laps.
We will reserve it to the stopwatch.
Yeah.
You know what's really cool is every now and then you come into pit lane, and driver says, "I hate it." You say you're 2 seconds quicker. I can put it back, but you're 2 seconds quicker than you've ever been. Learn to drive it, please.
If it's still under control, you're not going fast enough. Oh, cold tires. I think that was a Mario and Freddy quote.
Yeah. You're just getting it, exactly. You're just getting it up to temp now, 152.
Copy. Anyone watching right now got any questions for what we're doing? Our sim setup, live stream setup, what we do, what our favorite colors are, any of the above? Let
Be
us know
quiet,
in the
huh?
comments, please. Subscribe and then drop comments. Which is mine.
Yeah, actually, to get into while we're waiting for them to come through, thanks for letting me jump into the little Porsche GT4 that we have tucked away back here. That was a very enlightening experience.
You got it.
It was a lot of fun watching you try to contort yourself into it.
I do yoga, man. And I'll put my knee next to my ear and somehow I'll get out of there. I don't know how, gosh, Romain Grosjean, I believe, was the one that caught on fire.
Yeah.
How the heck? Anyways, lucky dude. Yeah, so for those that don't know, I have a rig at the house, and I had my FOV set back so I could see both my mirrors. I can see my full dash. Everything's nice and good. And Greg came over and seen my FOV and was like, "Oh yeah, too stretched. Let's move that forward." And I think the degree was like 50 degree, and now I'm like, I can only see out of this little thing. I can't even see my right mirror. How do I know who's next to me? Well, I just jumped into that real Porsche for the first time, and the answer is, well, that's what it's really like, is that you can't see your right mirror, and you can only see a little sliver in front of you, and what an enlightening experience.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing what you can't see sitting in a sedan or an
And as
LMP
much
car.
like we were talking about the other night, TJ, as much as, yes, you can't see as much to the left side of the car past the side view mirror, and you really can't even see your right side mirror at all, just with your single ultra wide, you now have a much clearer picture of what's in front of you. You're looking at less of a post-it note size screen portion of the screen and more of an 8.5 by 11 portion of your screen now. You're going to have to move your eyes further. You're going to have to turn your head a little bit more, but you're going to have more detail in front of you to work with. It will take some time for you to adapt, and if you want to fine-tune your FOV accordingly, go for it. I know there's calculations for it, but I would always defer to what ultimately feels best for you in your eyes. There's always a little bit of subjectiveness in that. But I think long-term it's going to serve you well. It just might take some time to adapt.
So, S2G unit says, listen to you guys in the background from time to time from Montreal. Cool to listen to you go to the setup side of things. Thanks for listening. I'm glad you enjoy.
Yeah, thanks for joining. Really appreciate it.
Copy that. Appreciate it.
Got to be getting cold up in Montreal right now.
Yeah, I bet.
Come on, it's beautiful thing.
I love Montreal. We were there
Yeah.
for the Epic
You were
races.
there, that's right. What did you think of that?
My favorite, and I'm saying this living 45 minutes from Miami Grand Prix, the Montreal race is my favorite North American F1 race. I think
Yeah,
it's the
Miami
best
Grand
track.
Prix is hot.
Hot.
It's miserable.
And way too expensive. Alright, I'm going to do,
Yeah.
this is going to be my lap here.
Alright, your lap. Any feedback?
Nothing much out of the box. I don't feel anything bad about it yet. That's a little error clipping the curb there. Didn't want to do that, but didn't lose much time. I think it put the power down really well there.
Oh man, getting some FOV. That I know the FOV police are always out there. They're always watching. uh, they're commenting too. Trust me, I know on my videos. God, I get roasted for everything if I place my big toe in the right
Shame
wrong
on
spot.
you, said TJ. Shame on
How
you
dare
for not
you.
having an ultra realistic point of view in your simulator. It is not an arcade game. It is a simulator, TJ.
You go
What
to
are you
simulator
doing?
jail. Do not pass go. Do not pass 200. Do not
You
collect
guys are
200
horrible.
bucks.
Spend a few thousand instead.
No, I mean I'm. So you have. I can't read that while I'm driving. Someone read
Do
that
your
for me?
thing. Yeah, so I was actually making notes right now from what Nelson had said for the Nelson recommends IR Sidekick profile to set up the FOV, and then S2G unit says that we need to watch Sense of Speed's long 45-minute FOV video, and yeah, that is I noted. So we'll do.
I don't know if we were using it correctly, TJ, but the built-in iRacing FOV calculator, I couldn't. I went into it 3 different times and it gave me 3 different numbers for what your FOV should be. So I went to what just felt a heck of a lot better for me, and we're in like for your ultra wide, I think we were like 109, and here we're on this sim with triples, giant 77-inch triples, we're at 160.
All right, put the driver hat on.
With my buddies from, I played with my FOV for 4 years with my buddies from karting until I finally watched this video. Now we finally feel like we're sitting in the car as opposed to sitting on the headrest.
Nice, nice.
It's a game. No, this isn't a game. This is a simulation, dude. We take this stuff seriously. No, I totally get it. No, that's really important stuff.
Yeah.
Don't insult iRacing. This is a simulation. I hate when people call this a game. It's just a game. No,
This
it
is
isn't.
not a game when we're sitting here with a
This is not
command
reality.
center
This is
and
not
a high-end
reality.
sim and motion,
You
and
have
we got
two
we
race
got one of the
engineers
best
in the room.
shotgunners in the entire nation.
If you
Like,
think it's
no, this is
overkill,
it surpassed being a game a very long time ago,
a long time
Yeah.
ago. If you think this
Yeah.
is overkill, you are
Yeah.
correct.
and we still don't
You
win.
are correct.
And we still don't win. We spent a lot of money and we're not any better than anyone else. That's not true. That's not true.
You guys still suck.
All right. Back to topic.
Yeah,
Failing my setup.
all right, I want to hear the driver report, and I don't want to say what I
You
think.
want the
of it.
honest answer? It's really simple.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't tell a difference.
Good. I didn't like it at all. Out of the box, cold tire grip was diminished in the rear. A little bit more knife edge.
Yeah.
Which I knew this. We were at an extreme level of damping, where the settings are, the knobs are. So, back to A.
I think we're just back to A.
Now
Again,
we did find a little bit though. We can't negate that.
Yes.
We did find a little bit.
Yep.
So that we're happy about. Is there anything else we want to try? Oh, get into the race lab.
Yep. Before you
Race lab.
bounce,
We've been
Race
sitting
lab.
here for
Sunday,
an hour and a
Sunday.
half. We're not missing our race lobby.
See,
No.
hot rods and funny cars at Englishtown Dragway.
What's up, TJ? What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say before you bounce, be sure to broadcast. That's
Sorry.
okay. That's all right. We get another shot.
We'll get to do it this time.
They got us last week, but not this week.
All right. So race lobby. Everyone's let me click the race lobby that I registered for, right?
Dude, so I got you.
For...
I got you. You want to know how you know if you're in a race lobby or not? At the very bottom, the black bar, at least if it's an option, it will tell you how many people are registered for your session. If you do not see that 5 minutes before your race, you are not in it. I was thinking about coming in here with a post-it note one day and saying, does it say people have joined the session?
I know that that's the case. Do you want to know what the only part of the TV screen in front of me that I can't see is exactly where that is on this one? Like, it's a little small sliver.
Oh,
because
let's get the largest
display
screens we can get.
and
Then
the
I can't see
dash.
the bottom.
It's literally a couple square
We can
inches, and
raise
it's
him up there.
exactly
We
where that
probably
display
could.
is.
Then he'll be
I'm
really
not making
sitting-
excuses. I can easily peek over it if I need to, but while this loads, I'm going to make a quick pit stop to the restroom while we're loading here. But I will be right back. No dead air, guys.
All right, time for me to jump in. Send one around Sebring with my flip flops. I said I'm gonna jump around Sebring in my flip flops. No, I'm good. I'll spare you guys. No foot videos around here. It's PG-13. So yeah, so we got the FOV conversation going up. Just so that you guys that are there, Nelson and S2G, I got a 49-inch ultra wide. Spent roughly 1,300 on the top of the line gaming
Not even a
monitor.
triple screen.
It's just we're getting there. We're getting there. I wanted to go with the single ultra wide. It matched the curvature and radius of my eyeballs with my natural view and everything else. Yeah, everything's looking good. Thought it's all great for a first purchase. Stand by.
You didn't even spend Jade's college fund on your Sebring. What are you doing, TJ? Are you even taking this seriously? It's not a game, you know. It's not just a game anymore. You gotta level it up, man.
Yep. I now have in my cart my Track Racer TR8 Pro freestanding stand for triples, along with my triple 32s from Asus. And I think post Christmas I might be getting some triples. So stay tuned for some ultra wide versus some triples compare and contrast videos. Community college sounds great. Yeah.
Sorry, Jade.
Trades.
I mean, she could do what Dad did and go into the military and then just use the GI Bill, go to college for I think it was about $250. That's all I paid for 85,000 at Nova Southeastern is how much tuition would have been.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah. So anybody who says the government doesn't give you free college, that's a lie. Just go do 4 years in the military, get out honorably, and you're good to go. GPU, I'm doing the NVIDIA 4090 24 gigabyte 24 gigabyte memory.
Our Sims here, Garrett, correct me if I'm wrong. These are 22 model years. These are the NVIDIA 3090 Ti's.
Yes,
I don't
we
know how
have
much.
3090s in the sim with a 12 series, 12900K i9,
Yeah, and I
and
don't remember
32
how much
gigabytes of
VRAM.
RAM.
How much VRAM does this one have? I don't remember.
Good question. I believe it's more than the 4090, I believe. So it's more than 24. I don't remember exactly how much. I can tell you though. 1 second.
Yeah, just out of curiosity. We're still able to run 120 FPS. We could optimize and get, not optimize, but we could get more quality in exchange for performance. But, I think this is pretty well accepted that you got to keep it above 90 FPS and anything you can do. And you really want a robust, reliable setup with no frame drops. So when we do our replays, then we turn everything up and then we render stuff. But for this stuff, the goal is to keep it above 100.
Never mind. It is actually 24 gigabytes of VRAM.
Oh.
And yeah, that's surprising. Could have sworn it was a bit more.
Angelo, we have, all right, so it's now 9:23. We've got 22 minutes before our race session starts. What do you think we should work on? I know what I want to do, but I want to hear what you have to say before I say it.
I want to work on the driver.
That always needs the
always
nut
the
behind
lowest
the wheel
hanging
always
fruit.
has to get tight.
Yeah. Well, I think we made some good swings. It was good to burn an hour, run through some shock knobs, turn some laps. I'm glad we found a little bit on that compression side. I think that definitely was noticeable. Everything else, I know we went through C, D, E, and F or so, but everything else was pretty much done. Didn't take a good hard look at the rest of the stuff on the setup. Toe, camber, ride height.
Why does it?
Jesus, Nelson, that much performance hit? You lose
What?
70 frames as soon as it starts raining? Mother of God. The 3080 you should be running more than this 130. I mean, like, what resolution are you playing at? You streaming at 8K or something? Like, Jesus, man.
Yeah, 4K.
So IR sidekick. So are you saying that something like Race Labs kills the CPU or GPU so much, and that you have to use IR sidekick to get around that? I would imagine that's what you're pointing out. I know Race Labs historically eats up a lot of CPU, and sometimes for us it hasn't impacted our GPU. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. All right. So, Angela, what I was going to say, the only thing I'm going to do now, after we made those dampers changes, is that I'm going to just override our qualifying setup with the same fuel load. So, let me look at what our quali fuel load was.
You had that thing cut close.
Yeah, I think the fuel load was so 3.4 gallons. Go back to our race. Sebring 1A race, and we're going to drop the fuel load to 3.4. Only
Let's
difference we have.
see if we can qualify it, huh?
Let's see if we can qualify this
Okay. While you were thinking about it, I was just rummaging through setup. The other area that we didn't get into, and this is one of those things that's hard to do without visualization. Bump rubber gap. It's got a bump rubber whole setup on this car.
Yes.
Bump rubber tuning's yet another element. You know, been there, done that. Sometimes a nightmare, sometimes a blessing.
It's super important to play with. The hard part about doing it in iRacing is that to make informed decisions about bump rubbers, you need the data. And like the damper data, and like that is way more than we have the time to dig into on one of these live streams, or frankly, at all ahead of one of these races. Like,
we haven't.
Analysis required to do informed decision making on that is just big. I've done it, and I know exactly how to do it. It's just a whole lot.
Yeah. Shock pots and distances, baby. Where are we at?
Yep. And I also believe that iRacing does not output, even if I believe they give you the damper data, but not at high enough of a sampling
resolution or sampling frequency.
So I think someone correct me if I'm wrong here, but the sampling rate for data in iRacing, I want to say it's 100 or so.
100's not bad. So 150 all day long, 200. I've got enough data to kill a horse. At 100, you're probably at the lower end, but in this arena, that's probably decent. Anything below that, forget it. Don't even bother.
Yeah, I would say for high-speed damper tuning, you really got to be in the 1,000 hertz range. That was what we always looked at doing, and we had the overhead on our data loggers to do it.
Yeah, you have the overhead, and then the big thing when you get up to that is cleaning up the data, making sure that you don't have any
noise,
high-frequency anomaly and noise. Yeah. Just you think about what 1,000 cycles a second is. 1,000.
Yeah.
Too many points of data.
Yeah. If we were competitive pro sim racing team where like we're doing this super hardcore, we are truly competing. One, I will not be the one in the driver's seat because I'm not good enough for that. We could go through the labor.
Pro-am.
Go and do all that stuff. I'm pro-ams.
Yeah.
I'll take that at best. And I'm
take the bronze? You'll take the bronze?
I'll take being a bronze. I'm okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm not gonna overinflate where I think I am. Then it can totally be done. Does anyone know offhand if iRacing outputs shock pot telemetry? I don't know if they do. I know Assetto Corsa does. Well, technically, Assetto Corsa gives you wheel rate data, direct wheel rate information, not shock position.
Yeah. It's funny. The shock pot data, though, obviously bump rubber packer point. I mean, that should be easy to see. Doesn't matter that we're pulling it at 100 hertz, so.
Yeah.
But we might be able to use that.
Yeah. And then it's about trusting the information they're giving us as being what they say it is. In real life, it's really easy to validate whether the information you're getting is correct because you can walk over to the car and play with it and see what the numbers are on your laptop screen while you're doing it. But I don't know if there's a direct way to... Oh, gosh, it's too far. I'm talking too much in this session.
Then you're qualifying. You got no fuel.
Yeah. Oh, this is qualifying fuel? I'm talking too much for doing qualifying.
Yeah, right. One off. Driver's left.
Greg, shut the hell up and drive.
Shut up and drive. Shut up and drive.
All right, I'm going to get out of the way here. I'm going to reset. I'm just talking
too much. Yeah, too much. All right.
I see Nelson.
All right, let's go back to quali mode.
What's that?
All right, let's get back to quali mode. 159.999.
Okay.
No pressure, Greg.
I would love that.
Don't wreck the car. 159.999.
Bunch of traffic coming down. Start finish. I'm going to take it easy here. 2 more. There we go.
And remember
There's
your warm-up cycle. If you can, warm-up cycle.
Yes. All right, Nelson, if you're watching, I know you're on a bit of a delay, but I'm going to do a warm-up cycle here, so not going to be at full tilt yet.
It's got a good little pattern that we believe is good, you know.
I think conventional wisdom and heat transfer knowledge, the way that I approach doing this is the first half of an outlap is aggressive throttle and braking, like top of third gear back down all the way to first to a park, and then aggressive acceleration. The goal is to put some heat into the brakes that's going to soak into the wheels and tires. And then for the second half of the lap, we're pushing pretty hard, and any opportunity we have on full power on a straightaway, we're going to try to weave the car back and forth as much as we can. Nothing crazy that we're going to crash the car, but we're trying to actually load it into a corner. And
Yep.
I like to, in safe places, I add a little bit more wheel than necessary, induce a little bit push, which scrubs some heat into the tires as well. Like here, I can do and then crank down that much there and put some extra heat in. Get out of the way of this, whatever this car is over here. And I should have a clear shot for a lap.
133, still cold.
Cool. Our benchmark here at Sebring is that we're usually hitting right at 150 on the left front as we cross the start-finish line, give or take a few degrees. The back straightaway is a really good opportunity to do some of these. Oh, see?
Oh, man. Rookie.
He's going to keep it together.
Greg,
Get back on there. Get back on there. Good. Keep it going.
Kept it going. All right, I'm going to let these cars
One
go
behind.
through here.
Nah, get out. Come on. We had a national race at the old Moroso many years ago, and hot rod driver up front goes out doing exactly what Greg does, and towards the back end, before we come onto the back straightaway, dips into a little bit of a moist spot at the apex, and gonzo. Done.
Yeah.
Race is over. Never started the race.
Number of cars I've seen wrecked weaving on out laps or recon laps, pretty high.
Yeah. 148, 149. They're behind you for a good distance. Focus it from.
Are we allowed to say stroll?
Was that?
Are we allowed to say stroll?
Oh, yeah.
That's not political, is it?
Too soon.
Look, Lance, I know that you watch the Chicane Club here, and with all due respect, just having a good laugh here, but always appreciate it. You're a good driver, much better than me.
Yes.
Definitely good.
Won't be the first in not the first in F1 to do that, and he will not be the last to do it.
No. To get into some F1 drama, I did watch that full conversation with Norris, and I feel like the media is kind of taking some of the things out of context in regards to the
I
luck.
gotta ask a question. Is this Brazil or is this Texas? Which race?
Oh, Brazil, yeah.
Alright, hold on. If it's Brazil, I'm plugging my ears.
Excuse me, gentlemen. We're on
I'm not
qualifying
gonna get
lap.
any
Shut
spoiled.
up. We're trying to qualify the car here.
It's okay. This is not actually qualifying.
I know.
I need to manage.
I'm only breaking your chops, guys. Greg does actually a great job of being able to talk, shoot shit, and turn some laps at his ability.
As long as we're not talking about Rain-X.
Rain-X.
Never live that down.
Is that
Hit him.
Nelson in front?
No, it's
Bump
not.
draft 217.
All right, well, that's going to be a 2-0.
7-0.
No, it's not. Corvette's going to get right way.
No. Oh, man. This is some racy stuff going on here. One on your left, one on your
That's
left.
why I love Sebring, because I can be inch perfect so long as I've got good internet. Oh, you got it, Corvette.
In-house knowledge.
He's got a proper hot rod. He's got the flames.
That's cool.
Yeah.
He's got his
Before
New
that
Balances on in the car. He's got his fireproof New Balances. His fireproof denim shorts. And the polo on, you know.
Rodney Sandstorm.
I mean, I guess it wouldn't be lying when they says only 3 or maybe like 1 was built on that day, on that warm June morning, you know.
Dude, you're gonna hit me in
Well.
practice? Come on, man.
Well, you passed him, so you know, of course I have to retaliate somehow. B-car.
Yep.
Funny thing is that a friend of ours, Wayne, who has a shop off of North Lake Killian Drive, used to take care of, might still take care of, Mr. Stroll's Ferraris. He came out of the Joe Stamola stable many years ago. Wayne was one of the best prep guys ever. If he put a car together, it was not going to break or fail. So, Lance, if you're listening, say hi to Wayne for us.
I'll pull off here after we won. Luke's got a Porsche doing the off-road mode.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I think
Alright,
this is
so
the car.
That was the car, yeah.
Yeah. I will say the car felt really good, and I could have put a fast lap down, but I just had traffic with that the entire
But
time,
wait,
so
wait,
that-
wait, wait. I'm going to hang on the sword on this one. We've done that before. We just doesn't constitute time, you know? Would be nice if it constituted time. But this is nice. In a bit of traffic, you did have some good control, good point, good precision. Definitely thought it was a hot rod to race. I think they'll race this thing tomorrow.
There's Nelson. Oh, I didn't realize that was him. What's up, dude? I'm
Hey,
gonna do
Nelson.
another qual. We got about 7 minutes here, so I'm gonna do one more quality sim.
Copy that. Clear behind, folks in front.
Yep.
Hold tires. Do your pattern.
Yep. Oh, wow. That drift would have relieved, and it did not.
Now we're trying to be predictive.
Tires.
124 is still cold.
Got it.
Being a little bit of Sebring, you know. The morning dew, the fog, chilly temperatures,
The smoke from the orange groves.
smoke from the orange groves. Did you see that puff of smoke that was in the middle of like 4 or 5? Was that? I'm laughing. I'm having a flashback. I'm like, cool.
Like simulating all the couches, sofas,
Oh my
pallets
God.
that are on fire during the 12 hour.
How many hot tubs in the back of pickup trucks? How many? Not just one, not just 2. How many bikinis?
Oh, my favorite thing I've heard is the people who tow their boats out to Sebring.
Yep.
And party in their boats.
I've seen a few skiffs out there, yeah.
So 2018.
You seen a Jumbo?
That would be hilarious. 2018, we had a full course yellow because an easy up tent blew onto the back straightaway after turn 7. That was in the middle of the day. And then it's always a reminder that we tell drivers who are getting into the car for some of the evening sessions to be
Yep.
very aware of the fact that there's going to be smoke hanging from all of the fires
Yep.
on the back half of the track. So just be
Love
aware
it.
that like it's going to seem like there's fog or something on track. It's just
It's
normal.
just smoke.
It's
Love
just
it.
smoke in the back of the track from
151.
everything under the sun on fire. And
151
some
temp.
Yep.
drift.
Feeling good right now.
Let's go. Let's go.
Could get a clean one in, it looks like.
Yeah, looks like pretty good. Good track position.
A little conservative there.
Just clean that up. Come on.
Managed the rear a little bit that time.
Saw it. Okay, nice. Good speed on that entry.
Yeah,
16, straddle the line. Don't cross it.
got it. It's a little wrong for 16. It's okay.
Stop it. Didn't lose it.
A little bit over slowing. Ah, I picked up the power too soon.
Stayed in it. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Yep.
Nice job.
That's the best I've done in one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be run over by a GTP here.
Coming at you. Eyes up. 2 cars.
Copy.
He's bashing over curbs. He's slower. Careful.
Yep.
Here he comes. Clear. Go, go, go.
Got it.
One more coming. 100 yards out. All clear. Still clear. Still clear. Danger close.
Get by me. Don't screw my lap.
Clear. Tuck in. One arc. Make it clean.
Here we go.
Give me some speed. 13. Nice job.
Lost a little bit there. Okay. Okay, alright.
Alright, it's alright.
Alright.
All good.
But he flashed his lights.
As he
Vapor
was
trails.
going by me.
Sorry, I cost you off to the second joke.
17. Do not hit the wall. Give me 4 feet off of it.
And broadcast once you set your fastest lap.
You got it. I felt like that felt really good, but I went slow.
Yeah. Good lap. Good lap. Right in the window.
Yeah, I mean,
With
I love
traffic.
to.
No. With traffic. Come on.
Yeah, I was with traffic.
You're right back to 2008 with traffic all around you.
Yeah.
Easily, I think we could have knocked it really close to 203.
Yeah, what do we... Oh, we're any second now. It's going to kick us over. All right, well, for everyone watching, thank you for watching for the extra hour because we didn't take into account daylight savings time and the fact that that would...
Get in the race now.
Yeah.
1
that would
minute.
complicate all this. Cool. Well, catching everyone up if you're just joining us now, we worked through a bunch of different setup changes. We made a couple damper changes on the compression side of things, a little bit on the rebound, didn't really find much. Mostly based on the medium downforce setup that's stock from iRacing. Really just some light damper changes and just half a pound of extra tire pressure. Garrett, we are looking... No, we're really still averaging 3.9 liters a lap. We're looking at a 23 lap race distance. We had one for the pace lap and an additional extra lap just to be safe on fuel a little bit. So, Garrett, that's a 25 lap race distance, 3.9 liters per lap. How much are we looking to add at the stop?
It's 9:40. Oh, it's 9:45. Is it not prompting you to join?
I'm in this race lobby. Everyone saw that, right? Could be
Yes.
any second now.
Hit practice. That'll
Uh,
make you
just-
feel
I'm just-
better.
There.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. It's like, just get a little worried.
Because
Yeah, I get all the numbers crunched over here. We're taking 42.5 liters of fuel.
All right, so round that up to 43.
Yeah, and as soon as we are under 12.5 liters, we can take fuel.
Got it.
39.33 repeating, of course.
Yeah.
Do you guys know Leroy Jenkins?
Leroy Jenkins.
That's right. That's right. Long live World of Warcraft.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do this, Nelson. Let's see let's see what split we end up in here.
I think you had some good pace there. Couple shots, just traffic.
I think we got this. I'm
Yeah.
pretty excited to see. I don't know when Race Labs updates to my split of people here.
I want to know who George Lucas is.
Is it George Lucas on here?
Lucas George. Lucas Gerosa. First
Rosa.
one. Yeah, 59.7.
6.4 thousand. Anything sub 2 minutes, I'm putting in the alien category. That's actually pretty close to the lap times we're doing in real life here with GT3s. Really 201s, high 2.0s. 59 is, I don't know where IMSA is right now. Depends on track conditions if you can get below 2 minutes.
Last season in Porsche Cup, I watched the actual Porsche Cup race at Sebring, or whenever they were there. Their most recent replay and compared it against the times, and they're within 2 seconds of the true lap times and what we were running. So I was like, dang, that's cool.
Yeah. All right, so looks
Yeah, that's
like
cool.
we have a 50 car field, strength of field. Let's look at
50 cars? Oh my god.
5-0. That's a big track. There's enough space here. All right, so we are. Looks like right about we're just slightly past start finish stand. Yeah, I see the start finish stand in my rearview mirror. All right, so we're about middle of pit lane. Okay. All right, so 50 cars overall entered. We have 11 GTPs. Their strength of field is 1600. 11 LMP2s. Their strength of field is 1700, and then 28 GT3s. Strength of field 1800. So I think we're in second split, which means we have a good shot at qualifying well and racing really well here. But 28 GT3s is going to be a very busy, tight field. Oh, and there's Nelson. He's in our split as well. What's up, dude?
Yeah, it was kind of cool. Raz
Yeah.
is in too, right?
Is
Yeah,
Raz in
is
here?
Raz-
Yep, he is.
Yeah.
Yes.
All
All of
to
our
your car
friends
now.
here. What's Raz's friend? Is he in?
Harold?
Harold?
Probably spotting.
He's probably
might
on
be
the
spotting.
entry list, but he's probably spotting for
Okay.
Raz. I think he may have recently nuked his safety rating and may not be A class.
Oh, yeah, you guys were saying
no,
something
no.
about that a couple
I'm
weekends
sorry.
ago.
He's only ever been C class. He's never been in A.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, Harold's spotting.
Yeah, he is? Okay, cool. All right, we got some Chicane Club gang in here tonight. Let's do this. And they're all repping McLaren, so McLaren gang. Never thought I'd say that out loud myself, but
Yeah,
here I am.
McLaren
repping
gang.
McLaren.
Hanging out with the McLaren boys.
Yeah. All right, now it's for real. So let's see what we can
All
do
right.
here.
Pit lane speed limiter.
It's on. Do a soft launch on this. Not gonna put it in the wall or spin it on the outlap.
No, we do not need to do aggressive body car burnouts and real steady brake stoppies.
Yeah. 0% chance of rain tonight, so that was never going to factor in. Although I wouldn't put it past iRacing to somehow squeeze in rain here somehow.
No.
It is known to rain in Florida, so.
Was that DRS signs?
So what do you guys, Angela, what are you drinking tonight in spirit of Sebring, Florida?
Beer.
What is your beer?
Beer.
Trash beer?
Yeah. Whatever they
Bush
had
Light.
for $5 a case.
Also,
Had the
hey,
gas
Carlos.
and sip.
Thanks for wishing us good luck. Good to see you. You doing the race tonight?
I think I saw Carlos in some of our practice sessions earlier today. Yeah, good to catch up with you. We haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I think that in honor of Sebring turn 7, it's just whatever cheap beers down at the gas and sip.
Yeah.
I don't even think it has to be cold.
Oh
If
yeah,
we're in
some
Florida, it's
warm
usually not.
peach bush light.
Somewhere
The
around
true Central Florida special.
somewhere around turn 8, the kink between 7 and 10 there. A bunch of gentlemen had built a small racetrack of Sebring, and you had to run it and chug beers. It was not good. There was
All
lots of crashes.
Let me
There was
settle it
lots of
to
crashes. Right.
a qualifying run here.
Let's see what we got. You're in a pretty decent track position. 3 cars behind you. Other than that, everybody else in group.
Yeah, it's an empty track, so I think it's just transposing everyone on track together. All right, let's do this. Back this first one.
All yours. 46, 146 tire temp. Still cold.
Copy.
Look for a little bit of loose here.
Yeah, playing it a little safe in the cold tire.
Yep, copy that. 150 still.
Yep. Oh, traction loss there. All right. This is going to be mid to low 201, probably mid, what it feels like right now.
That's okay. 163 tire temp. Spot on. Easy. Easy.
All right, let's see if we can do on warmer tires now. There we go.
170. Tires are hovering at 170.
Got it. Let's peak. Peak grip.
One arc, nice and smooth.
There
Both
it
speed
is.
for 13.
Washed out in the middle a little bit.
It's okay.
Okay.
Give and take, give and take.
Yep. felt good at 16, but I lost time, so I must have done a good job last time.
Thousands. You're fine. There's no time to be gained at 16. It's time to be gained here.
It felt great, but
Yeah. Yep. Nice lap, kiddo.
felt good, but not any faster.
Yep.
I'll take
Dude,
it.
you're gonna have a nice tight field. Just keep your head down, do your thing. There's lots of people.
Currently looking at P6. I'll take that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Probably maximum up. You did crack. If you could hold it, probably down at a 206. The back section there, 10, 11, 12. You got some speed. Floated a little bit too much into 13.
Mhm.
7, you got nailed. But TJ and I were talking about, can you run over the inside curbing hard at 7? Will it gain you any better arc? You're still just you're not rally styling it, but I think other people were.
Okay.
In the other practice sessions. I don't know if it's
Using
off
more
limits,
inside
but
curb, yeah.
yeah.
You know, you're
Yeah.
probably right. If I'm being totally honest, I look at that inside and I see how rough it is there, and I'm like, no, we're not going to use that. And then I have to remind myself, oh yeah, this is iRacing. That
We
doesn't
don't have to fix that.
necessarily
No, we don't have to fix that.
use it.
No.
So we don't have to fix the car. It just always looks to me like I'm just going to bounce and it's going to launch the car. But I think the last couple of races I've done here, I see everyone else do it, and then I do it, and I'm like,
Well, both guys were commenting about how big the ruts are over there. Like,
Yeah.
it's a computer game. It's not that
Yep.
big.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know who you saw. Carlos, he set a monster lap, 2 minutes, 2:76. He got second. He's
Cool.
in the session.
Good job, Carlos. Nice job with the Porsche.
That is freaking cooking.
All right, so what did we say, Garrett? 42?
We are
Liters?
taking 42 and a half liters, so we're taking 43. And as soon as we are under 12 and a half liters, we can go ahead and take fuel.
Okay, and we're going to take left side tires only.
Yep. I got it all set.
Oh, and we have a full pace lap here.
Almost.
All right, let's hope this all wasn't in vain here. I really want to finish really solidly. Where did Mr. Raz end up? I don't see him on my list. TJ, if you have to, I know you got to get going here at some point.
Locked
If you
up.
have to,
No, it's all right. You got the race. I'll bounce after the race.
you sure?
Once the job's done. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you owe a beer for Mario and Barbara, the grandparents. Abuelo and Abuela. They're watching Jade tonight.
Okay.
2
Done.
Wednesdays in a row.
You tell me what they want to drink.
They don't usually drink, but yeah, they like to spend time with the grandbaby. All right, we'll focus. We got this.
Let's got this. We got this. So P6, that means outside third row. So we're going to be outside turn 1. Although we're probably going to take the green on the back straightaway, which means we're going to be inside turn 17. So that could be advantageous for us. We're probably going to be somewhere coming out of turn 16. Depends on where the field is.
Yeah.
Where did Nelson end up here?
Rolling.
That's the P2 field going off.
All right, cold tires, cold night.
Yep. Oh,
Strength of what?
well, only TJ, you were here for this last week. But wasn't Bronson the one we were racing last week?
Yeah, Luke Bronson.
Bronson Turner, is that the same Bronson?
That was another gentleman, I believe. Yes.
Okay, all right. He is directly behind us in the McLaren. I thought we were racing him at some point last week.
Yeah, I think he jumped in afterwards. Yeah. What's up, man?
Yeah. Yeah, he did jump in afterwards. That's right.
All right, I'm gonna undercut you. Who you going to go with 123?
Closest without going over. Good old Price is Right. I'm gonna weigh in here. I know I, in theory, have control over what my heart rate is. I have a feeling with the amount of pressure I have on myself for doing well at Sebring, I'm gonna say that this is gonna be a higher heart rate for me.
No, I'll just guess 140 or so, and I'll just like sneak in and slide the mannequin underneath the monitor at some point and see your peripheral vision.
Okay, all right. What Garrett's referring to is that we now have a mannequin in the shop with one of our Chicane Club racing suits on it, and it keeps scaring the bejesus out of everyone, apparently.
Yeah, I walked in
See,
and going,
I was out sick for a week, and
both
I
sitting
came in at
there.
work on Tuesday morning, and walking into the shop, my hands are full. I got my coffee, my lunch, everything, and I come in, and I had no idea this mannequin was there. No one ever informed me anything. And there's this big 6'5", like no face, pale mannequin sitting right in the corner. And as soon as I lift my eyes up from opening the door, it's right there. And I swear I lost a few years of life. Like, and it's been scaring me every time I walk that corner. Like I'll it's my peripheral vision. It gets the hell out of me. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Oh, the
I
games
swear to
we're
God,
gonna have
Greg
with
is
this mannequin.
quite literally trying to kill me.
Whoever's last to leave at night gets the to set the mannequin wherever he wants.
I'm just gonna start relocating it on you, so it's a surprise every single time you come in here.
All right,
you
focus.
All right.
Let's do this. All right, so GTP field, entering turn 17. I want to be out of turn 16. That'd be really good here. All right, we're getting really close here.
Green. Little sleeper. Right field. Full tires. Keep it one outside. Watch out. Stay
Yeah.
inside.
Oh.
Stay inside. Two outsides. Good. Clear. Clear behind. One outside.
Okay. Yep, see him.
Clear
Let me know
behind.
when those prototypes coming back through.
Copy that. Clear behind. Clear behind. Single file. Be careful. Give him the room. Give him a little room. Single file.
Nice start, Carlos.
Yeah. PJ's heart rate's 131. Full tires, 136. Nice job. You got it. Long side. Danger close, still outside. God, danger close. Give it back.
Yep.
Bump draft him. Quote.
Danger close behind.
Not ambitious,
Sandwich.
dude.
I know. Lots of race to go. Good words, TJ. Good word. 119 heart rate.
What are you doing out there?
What
bud?
the?
That is in outer space.
Oh.
I see you back there.
I know you do. Good.
Is it the left
He's
side?
looking. He can't go anywhere.
Try all he wants. That ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think he clipped the
It
wall
just
there.
bended. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
All right.
All right, got breathing room behind.
158 tire temperature, just coming in.
Got it.
Left side. Clear.
Got to know sooner than that. I thought that was a GT3 at
I,
first.
I was just
It didn't
catching
even
back
show
up.
me that.
We're all sitting here like, where
Okay,
the heck did the P cars
I
go?
gotta
They
know
never
about-
came back. TJ blurts out, left side. Oh my god.
I see there's a couple more P2s coming back.
Yep, 3 seconds back. You get time. Alright, P car, 1.5 seconds out.
Copy.
P car right on top of us.
Got it.
Left side.
Yep. All right.
TJ's checking out the line on 16 and 17 that's in front of you. Bigger arc in 17 and obviously the 16. A little bit of a duck hook to get all the way around there. He takes a lot wider approach. Still hits this apex pretty decent.
Yeah. I'm not sure this setup is gonna work. Be able to do that.
No, don't change. We're just watching.
Yep.
We're just watching.
Tires feeling pretty good right now. I'm sure we're at our peak grip right now. And in about a lap or
177.
so, it's gonna
I
go
like
away.
the 180.
And a little shallow at 13.
Read my mind.
Yeah.
All right, take a deep breath.
Heads
Open
up, we
your
got a
arcs.
P car. Half a second out.
LMP? Is that what you said?
Yep, P car.
Copy.
Right side.
Yep.
And a GT3 on your left.
I see him. I'm not blocking. I'm just trying to take the draft from that guy. Outside at 17 is going to be a very bold move again. Bronson.
Over on
Inside.
All good.
Yeah, you're clear. You got about
Over.
quarter
prototype?
second lead on him. No, not yet. You're clear for a little bit. You got a GTP approaching, but he's lapped. Come around in 4 seconds.
Copy.
All right, let's focus in front. Settle in for some laps.
Yep.
Open your arc. Do not drive shallow. Apex,
Got it.
everything. Even the kink for 9.
Got it.
You got a P car 1 second out.
Got it. P2 or GTP?
GTP.
Got it.
Right top of us, right side. And you're clear.
Tuck in. Good, good, good. Good job, good job.
Yeah, we got some breathing room. More GP cars coming with a little bit.
Got it.
We're a little pinched everywhere. Let's open up your arc.
Yeah, a little bit of defense. Please stay on top of letting me know if he takes a lunge somewhere, because some places it's going to be hard
Copy
to
that.
see.
I'm
Eyeballs
watching.
on it.
Please call left or right instead of inside outside here.
Copy that.
Drivers left
Garrett's
or right.
on it. Yep. He's on helicopter view, whatever that view is. So
Yeah,
he's on
35
left and
liters,
right.
so it's still a good way away from pit stop.
Copy that. Good thing is there's a fight in front of you. Keep the gap tight. You got 3 cars in front of you.
Got it.
Opened up to your back, so a little bit more breathing room. Open up your arc. No more defense.
Got it.
Look for speed. Yep, I like it. Swing it out there. We're going to do opposite of what we did in quali. We're going to go further.
Okay.
Same thing with 17. Try to keep outside a little bit early.
You got it.
Tighten it up towards the end.
Like that.
I like the line.
Cool.
We just got to float some speed. Still close. 2 car lengths.
Starting to feel the tires go away. Adjusting my driving accordingly. This is where everyone's
Copy
going to
that.
start making mistakes because the tires are not where they were.
Copy that. Thank you for the feedback. 190 tire temp.
Copy.
Apex 9. Just kink.
We got GTPs 3 seconds out.
Copy.
Better entry there. Nice. Less stress on the tire. Nice job through that sector. Opened up a car length.
Liam, is this the leader? And the field coming prototypes?
Yes.
Presumably. Okay.
Or the guy in front of you is leader, and then the second is behind him.
All right. Okay. So that whole field's in here now.
Prototype.
Prototype.
Right side.
Right side. Clear.
Okay.
Good gap. 3 cars, 4 cars. Next car.
Copy. Running P5.
Next prototype. 500 yards out. Stop trying to clip that wall.
No.
It's a timing thing. It's blind out there.
Challenge the entry too much and end up in the wrong place.
It feels good there, but it's wrong.
Yeah.
Remember the old Joe Small story. Don't go inside there. Don't go inside there. And now it's crashed.
You got 2 GTPs, 2 seconds out.
Copy. They're very close to each other.
Yes.
Copy.
1 second out.
Copy.
Right side.
Right side.
Good eyes.
He's off track.
Good eyes.
Nice.
One more behind you. Oh, they're both racing again. Left side.
There, tuck in.
One more.
Right
Stuck it
side.
in.
Nope.
Awkward timing for him to arrive. Don't go that way.
Right side. Right side. He's trying to force it.
It's okay. Not the time to do that.
Left side.
Okay. Bought us some breathing room.
That's copy.
It's all good.
Yeah, you handled that well. The spotter delay is about a little bit off and a little bit behind. You had a good job keeping your eyes up.
It's all good. I know you guys are doing the best you can back there.
Yeah, I'm able to see both screens at once, so I see the slight difference.
Love it.
All right.
P car on the right behind you. He's going for the right side.
Yep.
Got another one behind him. Right side. Another one
Yep.
behind him. Right side.
Okay.
All clear.
– 15 minutes in, 30 to go. I'm going to try to catch these guys, but I think they're having enough racing going on, so maybe some
Love you.
fireworks
eyes
are gonna
up.
happen here.
Nice and smooth. Flip some speed.
Got a GTP. 1 second down.
Copy.
Right side. One more behind him. Also going to go right side.
Yep. Several PTs.
V2. Right side.
Still a couple laps out from pit stop.
Copy that. Unfortunately, P cars are only a couple hundred yards ahead. So, see if we can string it.
Let's see how that plays out. Overcooked it a little bit.
That's
Right
okay.
side. No.
Bronson was looking hard. Don't make mistakes. Just,
I have
I
placement
know.
error. Yep.
Yep. Copy that.
All good.
The good thing is you got 2 cars right in front within eye shot.
Yep.
P2,
Two
moving
cars
to the right
back.
side.
Now behind.
He's
Now
getting
left
stuck
side.
in.
Now right side. Now right side.
Right
Now
side,
right
right
side.
side, right side.
Yep. Doing all right. Ooh, guys are side by side ahead. Let me fireworks in turn 1 here.
No fireworks. Just be there.
Yep.
Get a P2, 2 seconds back.
Copy.
P2, right on us.
Got it.
Right side.
What was our pit-in threshold?
Under 12.5 meters.
Not quite this time. I don't see any reason.
Moving to the right side. Okay.
Yep, I see him.
Just trying to get the inside.
I see him.
You notice you slacked a little bit. Good racer. Good clean.
P2, left side.
Big car.
I wish I knew he was coming.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. All good. All right, how does traffic look behind us? Is it
You got
pit-
2 P2s, a couple seconds back.
I'm thinking strategy-wise, Angela, hear me out here. If we're
Go
holding
ahead.
Braun off behind,
I know.
if we pit, we're going to give him free air to run ahead.
Free air
I
on
think-
dead tires. Can you do it?
Yeah. He would
Yeah.
be wise to do, Bronson, if you're watching, I'll give you the free advice. Do an undercut right now. I would pit if I were you right now, and then you can come out running free air. I will tell you
Yeah.
that I'm going to respond within a lap of whatever it is that you do.
I was
So-
thinking the same thing. I'm like, we should just wait till Bronson pulls in and
If
pull
you're
in.
watching this stream, I'll give you that free advice. I'm
Yeah,
going to continue running. Not intentionally holding you up, but I'm not going to let you run free as much as I
Yeah.
can hold it.
Yep. Unfortunately, being behind us, he could dart for pit lane before us.
Yeah, you can play that game. But
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
where I would respond immediately the next lap.
I mean, you guys are really good racers, both of you. It's nice to see.
Yeah, fair.
Nice to see the fair race.
Good.
Open your arc. Don't hit the wall.
Got it.
Prototype right side.
I'm going to keep running here. We got 2 more laps of fuel.
One more
Prototype right
prototype,
side.
right side. That doesn't even show him on the roster. That's weird.
Be careful.
One
Bronx
of these
is
prototypes too.
pretty good in 17, first entry.
Outer space. All right, maximum 2 laps.
Yeah.
Get a P2, 1 second back.
Copy.
And a GTDP, about 2 seconds back.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. Leaders in front of you are getting bollocksed up with some GTP cars and prototypes.
Copy.
P2, left side. GTP doing the same thing. If fair.
Can I make a request on fuel? Considering how
You
tight
wanna
this
make
is
a
right
just?
now,
What are you thinking?
we pull
Change
2
your
liters out of what we're going to add. So half of whatever that margin is, and if we need to, I'll stretch. But we'll have enough to be able to stretch if that's what it comes to. But I don't see how we're going to foreseeably do more than 23.
Copy that.
Alright, start pulling 2 liters out.
Running left. Make it 3. We'll be okay.
3 liters? Okay.
Yeah, I'm burning less than 3.9. I'm at like 3.8 and change, so I think we're going to be on the safe side.
Copy that.
I think we're still cutting the margin a little bit thinner, but I don't want to
Get a
give
box. What are you thinking? Box now or wait another?
I say we go 1 more. I say we go 1 more. We'll go all the way. He's boxing this lap. All right.
Oh, GTP, 4 seconds back.
Okay.
All right. Nice and clean. Nice and clean.
Yep.
Relax your fingers. Take a deep breath.
GTP, 2 seconds back.
Copy.
One second. Right side.
We're doing a little Google search on your friend behind you who just pulled in pit lane, Bronson Turner. PJ's got him pulled up. He's a dirt bike racer, mountain biker, so he's got some good skills, like we were saying.
He's doing great.
Hopefully that's him. Yeah, nice to race with him.
Yeah.
Let's see where we box this time and see where we pull out around him.
No, 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 no. Sorry, guys.
Take a breath. Take a breath. Okay.
Now I got P2s.
All right. Bronson, you earned that position.
Haha. Box, 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 box.
Right side.
Box, 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 box.
I think we may have lost 1 behind that, and there was a sizable gap to the next group of cars, so we might have. We'll
Don't
look
worry
at
about it right now. Just
Yeah.
focus on pit lane, speed limit.
Got it.
Yeah, P2. Just over 2 seconds behind.
Yep.
Let's be careful with that P2 going
Right on
through
top
the
of
box.
us.
Watch your speed limit. Nice entrance.
Man. Greg, come
All
on,
right.
man.
It's all right. It's all right. We're okay, kiddo. We're okay.
Why am I No, come on with this. It's optional. Let me go.
What was that about?
Why? Give me on the optional freaking repair that I did not want.
What the hell was that about?
iRacing. What?
Optional repair?
If it's optional, why are you forcing me to do it?
You might lie.
All right, where are we
P8.
here? Copy. Let's see what we can recover here.
That's what we're talking about, baby. P7, 200 yards ahead.
Yep.
At the bridge. That's him, that's your glory. Tires cold, left side.
Yep.
Tires cold, left side.
Got it.
GTP, 2.5 seconds out.
All right. Assume everyone
1
else
second
has
out.
stopped by now.
Right side.
Fifteen minutes.
149. 15 minutes remaining. 149 tire temp. Left side.
Copy.
If you're feeling comfortable, run over the curbs inside.
Got it. Eh.
GTP, 1 second out.
We both attempting.
Eh.
GTP. Danger close.
Got it.
Right side. Jesus Christ.
Oops, feeling those left side tires. Now? Helping me out.
165. Here they come, baby. 165. Tire
2
temp.
seconds, P2 and a GTP. One second. GTP. Top of us going for the right side. P2, 1.5 seconds.
Copy. Good catch, Mr. Porsche. You guys see that?
Yes, I did.
P2, going right side. Clear.
That we call a power slide.
That's a Charles Leclerc, Mexico.
All right, so your target's in front. He's about to get passed by some P cars. Focus
Yep.
in front. There he is. He's gonna fall right back into us.
How's the gap from behind? Is it growing or shrinking?
Fencing.
Okay. Yeah, I see
Got
a
another
real
GT car.
Beretta.
Breaking news, Valerie Bottas signed as Mercedes Reserve Driver 2025.
GTP, 1 second out.
Cool.
Watch right side, QC goes for it. Right side, never mind, okay.
Go.
1.0 safety rating, by the way.
Yeah, I wonder why.
GTP. I found you half a second.
The outside?
Left side.
Are you kidding me? Thanks.
I'm sorry for giggling back here, but I'm like, okay, that's where you gonna do it.
Alright. You want that bad for whatever position you're in. Got about 6 laps to go.
Yeah, just trying to see if you can reel this guy in. All clear
think we're
behind,
making
500
ground.
yards. I know. Recording though. We're making ground. There's a good
I've
shot
covered
now.
2 seconds in the last 3 laps.
Yeah. You're down on the wire.
Yeah. What I will say about the inside at turn 7, I don't think it's faster to use that curbing, but if you find that you put the car on an arc that would place you a couple inches into the dirt, you don't have to correct for it. Just let it go. It
Okay.
doesn't do anything unpredictable. I just don't think it's faster to be using all of
Yeah.
that.
It looked like it eased off a little bit of pressure on you, steering wise, but like I said, no speed gain.
Yeah, I don't know if the aliens have a better answer than I do, but that's how I look at that.
Biggest
Could've
thing
known
is bigger swingers, swoopy arcs. What we noticed on the top 3 guys that were up there.
You got a GTP behind you.
Copy.
He's gonna probably go for the right side.
Who knows?
I don't
Right
even know what to
side,
call
right
anymore with these
side,
people,
right
I
side.
swear. One more.
Yep.
Right side.
Side by side traffic in front of you.
Yep.
There you go. Nice little car.
Oh, get out of here.
GTP, 2 seconds.
Okay.
One second.
Okay.
Left side.
Yep.
P2, 1 second.
Got it.
Right side.
Probably done.
boy.
Okay.
Touch the
You
wall.
get
probably.
tired.
I didn't get a
Get
zero.
tired.
All right. Kind of want to do this for 12 hours or something.
Driver swap. All right.
P2, 2 seconds.
Hey, Greg, I need you to stay in for a triple stint. You feel good?
I might need a drink of water at the next pit stop, but I think I'm good otherwise. I could do it.
Yeah.
me know
Definitely these
when the-
guys that do double
Right side.
shifts.
What the hell is he thinking?
iRacer's gonna iRace.
Got a P2 by Thomas. Going for the right side.
Yep.
Another one. Right side.
We're gonna slow the Corvette down.
We have one behind us. Going for the right side.
All right. Looking like probably 4 laps to go.
Yeah.
Got enough fuel
That
for it.
Chevy's right there, though.
Yep. I know, that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to catch him in the next probably 2 laps. I'm going to be right there with him.
Just want to get close to put a little pressure on his lights.
Yeah.
Mirrors. Nelson just crawled into the top 10.
Nice. Carlos still leading? Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Good job, dude.
That's awesome, huh?
Got a P2, 2 seconds back.
Got it. Just by himself?
Carlos got a...
Yes.
Carlos got a 500-yard gap for P2. There's a
P2,
300
1 second.
yard gap to 3.
Going right side.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Gonna catch him at the right time. Me.
Good, it's messing him up a little bit. It's good. It's good, it's good, it's good, it's good, it's good, it's good. It's good. We got him at
P2,
17,
1 second
same
back.
thing.
Yep. He's Pete.
Right side.
Yep.
One more. Left side. To the right.
Free to go.
Awful.
No, maybe one less than that. Maybe I'm coming to the white. I think.
I believe so.
Giving it everything I got right now.
GTP, 1 second.
Copy.
Right side. One more. Right side.
Yep. Gel or Kyle or however that's pronounced, you're doing a great job right now.
Yeah, he's hanging on. Bronson just went to 7th.
Copy.
Last lap, guys.
Just lost my audio for some reason.
Up here. Did you? Can you hear us? There you go. Heck of a race, boys. Heck of a race.
Bow, bow, bow. We still got audio over here.
Nice job, Carlos. My headset just reset. I'm not sure. No, you guys can't hear me right now.
We can hear you.
On me.
Hear you? 100%. Can hear you 100%.
Maybe it's like this.
You got us, Greg?
Mic check.
Back 2.
Here, I'm gonna come in there and give you my headset, Greg. So that way, because everything's working except for your headset, all right?
Yep. Oh, good idea.
Here you go. Just throw that on.
All right. You guys can hear me back there?
Check.
Okay.
100%.
Lost audio the last 10 seconds of the race, so it was very convenient. All right. Well, I did the best I possibly could to try and chase down Kyle.
Yeah.
He did an awesome job. I ended up P6. What happened there? Someone drop out?
There was a bit of a netcode issue. Bronson just jumped into 5th all of a sudden, but then out. So we don't know what the heck's going on.
If I'm thinking correctly, I believe that happened to Bronson a few laps from the end last week also.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what the story with that is. So that's 6 overall. We had a good race going. I pinched off 11 a little bit too much early and then had to add extra wheel late, and it overloaded the outside tire when I was trying to really cook a really fast one there to make the overcut stick. So I think we're doing all right. I'm pretty happy with how that race went overall. Qualified pretty well, ended up P6. It was a solid race. I think the racing was all
Yeah.
fair with everyone. Some of the prototypes
Everybody.
kind of done a slightly better job with leaving some
Agreed.
space, perhaps, but
Agreed.
I'll take it. I won't complain too much. So, was there anything going on in the chat of the race? No, not too much. Seemed
TJ was
fairly
working on some
uneventful,
Yeah.
considering things. So,
ahead.
where does my heart
Chat-wise
rate end
was
up?
121.
121. I feel like that
bad.
was sustained. Oh, I thought I felt higher than that. Yeah, let's
Health
give that a
higher.
save. Yeah.
Guess he's actually healthy. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me see if I can get this headset back on. I hear sound coming out of it. Give me 1 second to try this out.
He's gonna try it.
You guys hear me now?
Yes, sir.
All right.
We got you.
If you want to. Thank you.
Actually, no, wait.
Nope.
Never mind.
No. Just lost him.
Steel Series, what are we doing? All right. Well, I'm going to give up on trying to fix that right now.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's see
Where
how
we
this
at?
baked
Where
out.
we at?
Where we ended up. So second split of the night.
Yep.
Pretty good iRating hit. 45 positive, 0.03. I think how many incident points did we end up with? I want to say it was 5, perhaps 6. 5. I think 2 of those were off tracks, and then 3 were from the spin and off track.
Yeah.
Nicely done,
He's-
Carlos. Bravo.
Yeah.
I think that was like a 10-second lead or so at the end.
Yeah.
He did an awesome job right from the get-go. Nice job with that. I don't know that we really interacted. Sorry for Bronson. That was really fair racing all the way through there. I was looking forward to where we're going to come out in the pit stop until this guy made a mistake and then threw himself back. Still don't understand. If someone can explain this to me, maybe I need to be more familiar with iRacing. When you get like minor damage, non-meatball flag level damage, why does it force you to take a quote-unquote optional repair? That's happened to us before. I don't know if there's a box you check to not take repairs. Maybe there's something I'm missing that we are not aware of, but
Yeah.
not sure what the deal
repair that you have
optional
to take.
repair, but
And
it
that's
forced
not
me to
optional
take
repair.
it. And I did not want it. Let me go without it. I'll be fine. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right, so we picked up 93 championship points. I'm right at the 2300 iRating level, which is about as high as I've ever been. So I'm pretty happy with that.
That's pretty good.
So cool. Let's look over to the championship results. We haven't had a great season. We've been taken out. Some of them my fault. Some of them totally random chance here. So let's go to GT3. Overall, in GT3, in the IMSA iRacing series, we're 445 in GT3 class. I know I'm in Division 2, so let's see where we are with that. Division 2, I'm 156. About 1,000 points off of first place right now. Wow, okay. That's pretty far off. And then Florida region, I am all the way up to 5th place. And looks like 4th and 3rd are within reach. Wow.
All right.
This week and last week had
Got
some
some
pretty
potential.
solid points also. Let's see if we can stay on that momentum right now. And everyone ahead of me has a significantly higher iRating. So I'm the only one in the 22s as far down as
Hustling.
the
It's
next
hustling.
one with yeah. So
I'm coming.
cool.
Baby.
I'll take it.
Yeah, good
I
stuff.
do offhand. I do not remember what race we have next week on the schedule, but let's take a peek. I'm excited because I know it's good. Suzuka, yes. Back to Gran Turismo days, everyone. Let's see. I don't know if there's going to be a wet one or not. Let's find out.
Always. Garrett.
No.
No.
Well, here is how they set their wetness. 0 to 100%. It's 0.6% chance, not 0, but 0.6% chance of rain. Okay, sure.
Always did the math.
So let's jump in and do that. Let's see. What do you guys saying up in the chat here?
Carlos. Thanks, guys. It was a good race.
Yeah, prototypes were nuts. How much fuel did we take?
Right.
Garrett, what did we end up actually taking? Was it 40?
40, yes.
40. Okay. And we
Which
were
was
within
danger close.
It was in, I think, half a lap, so I don't think we could have gotten away with
No.
maybe 1 liter less, but it would have been really thin.
That 3
You took
liters.
33 liters and got away with that? Was that, Carlos, is that with fuel saving, or is it just because the Porsche is so efficient? The font's blocked for season. Dago 1X. Hello, you won the race. Were you in P2 or GTP? Because I'm pretty sure Carlos won in GT3. That's awesome. Or maybe you're in a different split.
Yeah.
Yeah, see you next week, Carlos. That's awesome. A
That's
wet
pretty
Suzuka
cool.
race would be fun, Hugo. That's what we did. That was our first ever live stream race. Was a soaking wet Suzuka. That was right when
Yeah.
that was the first week of the rain modeling in iRacing, their Tempest model.
It's pretty cool.
So we were just getting comfortable with that with the Mercedes. So that was a lot of fun. I think we actually did pretty
Yeah.
solid with that one.
Yeah.
So. Oh, your GTP. Nice. Cool. Bravo, dude.
Very nice.
You were, from what I remember, you were well ahead of everyone else. So, all right. So if we look at setups here from the iRacing ones, what we've kind of learned for the most part is that we really like the stock ones. I
Yep.
will say Suzuka, there's no way that this is anything but a high downforce track. Angelo, do you know anything about Suzuka? I think you drove it at one of our member events once.
Drove it on the member days with you guys and everything else. Saw it when I was about 12 years old on TV. That'd be about it. Yeah.
I want to try.
Not well memorized in the brain. Oh, carousel, yeah. Memorize that. The rain, yes. It's always raining in Suzuka.
Mm-hmm. So because my chat headset is not presently working.
Yeah.
I'm going to drive with TJ's headset right now, so I'm not going to have car audio. So I'll just drive off of. I'll be driving deaf right now with the car, but that's totally.
Talking about.
I don't know what to do. I'll be fine. So Suzuka, I really want to go here. Home of the Japanese F1 Grand Prix. If you've ever been on Gran Turismo before, like my background totally is, that's how I know this place. So I love it here. This is gonna be awesome. Most of what I've done on iRacing at Suzuka has always been in the rain. So I haven't spent much time here in the dry, so it's going to be very different than what I know from the past. It is very difficult to do this without any sim right now, I'll say that for sure. Whoa. But we're going to manage here on cold tires. These are...
So Carlos is saying that the 992 is efficiency. He was getting 3.3 per lap. And he was fuel saving, so you were running 3.9 per lap, or just under that, running 3.8. So even then, he was getting way more efficiency than that Porsche.
Wow,
ridiculous.
We were at anywhere from 3.82 to 8.9, depending on traffic per lap with this thing. There's no way we'd be anywhere close to that. So this is low grip right now, because I just looked in the rearview mirror. Somehow it's a dry, sunny day, but it's on a soaking wet track. That's that 0.6% rain that I think is total BS and misleading.
Wow. Also, Hugo's off the bed. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah. Night, Hugo.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, just in case I can't read the name.
So I'm driving on a damp but sunny day at this track. Why
Florida,
would we do 0.6% chance?
It's Florida. You've done that before. Come on. Damp sunny day, Florida.
Yeah. Oh. It just feels...
Yeah, our command center, Jeffrey, is basically to model what we actually have at the track, where we have all our monitors, our data, basically just a whole area to monitor everything. We use circuit tools and Motec and everything you can imagine to get all our telemetry, data, everything.
Yeah, it's like it's a timing stand away from the racetrack. And with all the other stuff we do here at the Chicane Club all the time, it's kind of how we operate and run the show with everything. So it's very multi-purpose for us. I think there's 4 screens you guys got back there, and I'll say that the future Chicane Club will have a lot more. Yeah, and then one behind us for debriefing that's kind of over TJ's shoulder right now.
3 TVs in the main viewing area and another TV above Greg.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna box this lap. I know we're a
not
little
a damn
overtime
thing
here.
to watch.
Yeah. I know we're overtime here right now, so I'm gonna box this lap. Just giving you guys a quick preview. Suzuka next week. I guess that 0.6 is a really big 0.6% chance of rain right now.
I guess so.
So anyway, couldn't do this without the without the team of people here in the building tonight, and some of those could not be joined us here physically tonight. As always, we've got Garrett Heisinger spotting and crew chiefing for me. He did an awesome job tonight. Thanks for taking care of all of that.
Wish you could do better, but the prototypes were a little bit wild. I
Yeah,
had no idea what half of them were doing most of the time.
Yeah, and I know you're working on a slight delay as well, just because of iRacing. Angela is our helping me with engineering setup. I think I really like the setup changes that we made. Man, I'm struggling in this damn conditions on the slick. I'm pretty happy with the damper changes that we made. I was pretty happy with the car. I think I just, there's just some inconsistency from lap to lap that, is always someone like myself who is not a pro as a sim racer has to work on. I'm very much a bronze-rated sim driver, so whatever I can.
My problem is I'd like to go back to the track right now and run some laps with you, just unadulterated. Nobody else around.
I mean, I would always love to do that, especially at Sebring. So you got my vote.
It's now midnight. No, I'm just kidding.
Not far off.
Yeah, I think it was good stuff all around. Like I said, I'm glad we found a little bit of grip, a little bit of comfort.
Mm-hmm. And then thank you to TJ Moore, Mr. Moore Podiums. Please go check out his YouTube channel, Moore_Podiums. I'm using his headset right now, so he does not know that I'm talking about him, because mine is glitching out right now. But he did an awesome job helping us with the stream, getting us some context, some trivia on daylight savings time, adding to the show all the time. So Daphne could not be here tonight. She does all of our marketing. She's our chat moderator on Twitch and YouTube. She had to work from home tonight, so thank you to Daphne. So beyond that, we cannot do this without the support of all of our partners and members here at the Chicane Club. So all of our members, I know Mr. Raz, if you're watching, thank you for racing tonight. It looks, I don't know where he ended up. Did he look like, I think I was going to say P10, 11, 12, something like that? Curious to hear his thoughts on the race. I'm sure we'll talk about it this weekend when I see him. For our members, we love, our partners, we love all of them and all of their support that they do. They're not just paying me to say nice things about them. They do actually do some really great stuff for us, and it's a really mutually beneficial relationship. We don't partner with people who just pay us to say nice things. We want to work with you guys and find ways that we can support each other. So Decipher Technologies doing the best cyber support and IT networking solutions for high-end boutique businesses and luxury homes. They have a lot of really cool bleeding edge tech that solves a lot of problems really creatively, really robustly. So if you're looking for their support, reach out to them. Sawbelt America, love working with the guys down at Sawbelt. They're based down in Boca Raton. So that's a Sawbelt imported for the US. We love our Sawbelt GT pad seats, our 2-inch harnesses. We've got their TG10 gloves, their TB 10.1 boots on. And last week I even wore their balaclava as part of my Buzz Lightyear costume. So is it overkill to have FIA rated gear in your sim? Yeah, duh. Overkill is the name of our game. That's how we approach everything. But we do a lot of training with real drivers, so working with the real ergonomics that we'd have in a real car is really important for us. And it helps me become a better driver on the real track to work with this stuff. So you don't need fireproof gloves to become a better sim driver, but using them in the sim will make you a better real driver, and that's part of why I do this too. And it's pretty cool and fun to do. So thanks to VBox Motorsport, we're a dealer of their products. We use their blue OLED lap timer in conjunction with their sim pack video and data capture stuff on the sim here. So we're capturing all of our center sim video that you guys are seeing. Which direction? That video you're seeing over there, we're capturing that along with all of our driver telemetry for post-analysis. Whenever we're doing one-on-one coaching sessions, it is the only video and data analysis tool that we use. So we can directly side-by-side compare video and overlay data. It's the most user-friendly, the best for driver coaching purposes in sim racing and in the real world if you have a VBox video and data capture system as well. So Rocky's Ultimate Garage. We're doing some cool stuff. We got a cool project in the works with them. We're wrapping a car that we're going to unveil on our social media here pretty soon. It's a very special one of one car in the United States that we're going to be wrapping, very South Florida style, and it's going to be done up with Chicane Club stuff on it. So that's really cool. Rocky's Ultimate Garage doing the best PPF, wheels, tints, wraps, detailing, and luxury car sales anywhere in South Florida. Really white glove approach on everything. Rocky is an absolute rock star. I will give you his personal number. Please tell him we sent you over here from the Chicane Club. So, Jason Dukes, Captain Chairs Coaching, giving me the best professional business and life coaching support, keeping me put in the right direction, both here at work and at home. Yeah, making all this, help me make all this a reality. Southway Capital, everything that they do to support us on the business development side. I've been saying this for a long time. I promise we're going to take the wraps off in more detail publicly soon, but there are cool things coming. Maybe a new location, more sims, bigger stuff going on. It's really exciting. Coming actually really not that far off in the future, probably early next year. So all good stuff here. Alante Suspension. I know I already mentioned Angelo back there, but thanks to support he does doing the best race car damper shock rebuilding in the business anywhere on the planet. He shipped to, I think we've said 6 of 7 continents so far. Doing the, like I said, he does he's Penske damper #1 customer. So he buys more Penske damper parts than anyone else on the planet. Got a race car, street car, sports car, anything like that. They need damper work on. You gotta say Angelo. I think that just covers it. But thanks to everyone else for joining tonight. No, we're a little longer because of the confusion around daylight time.
Don't worry about it.
I'm going to say right now that we're targeting 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. From now on, we're targeting 7:45 East Time race start. So, sorry for keeping you guys here a little bit later tonight. I think it was fun to learn the car, and looking forward to I guess a slightly damp Suzuka next week. So we'll have some fun at that. So, all right, we'll see you 7 p.m. Eastern Time next week here at Suzuka. Have a good night, everyone.